dive deep into the darkness in your heart. Trust you more than anyone I have met before. Don't care who you are or who you want to be. I'll be here until the day that you leave me. When I'm with you, I know I'm safe beside your arms. I'll make sure that you won't ever feel lonely no more. Whatever past we have, the future we will see. I'll be here until the day that you leave me.
All right, what's up, everybody? We're back again, man. Me and Coach. How old are we today, Coach?
We 87 years old, ladies and gentlemen.
87 years old, ladies and gentlemen. I'm excited, man. We did this last time. If everybody doesn't know the format now, this is more podcast style. I know we got a lot of we got a lot of shows and stuff that we did throughout the season, so we kind of expanded more than the podcast. I know I kind of explained this last time, but for the people watching now, and me and Coach just have like real good conversation, and I feel like as a conversational piece and what a podcast is really supposed to be about, it's supposed to be about two people having an in-depth conversation, and I'm going to share the panel with Coach, and this is going to be our thing moving forward. We might have a guest here and there, but right now we're going to rock out and continue to do this. But more so, unlike other things, we're going to call this like the 3 questions show. Coach got 3 questions for me. I got 3 questions for him. Yep. And then whatever spawns during those questions is we just going to let it flow. Like, if we're going to stay on the topic for a little bit. I think we went almost close to 2 hours last time, just chopping it up.
Yep.
And then what I'll try to do is, if anybody wants to come in, and I'll share the link. Make sure you have your camera turned off. Come in and ask the question, kind of like a call in if you got a comment or something in regards to what we're talking about. But yeah, man, just an introduction. I'm everybody's favorite couch quarterback, Dante, here with my man Coach Dante in the building. How you feeling today, Coach? I know you got the fresh cut, dog.
Yeah, man, I'm feeling great, man. I'm feeling awesome, man. Like I say, thank the East Coast Gridiron team for welcoming me, and thank you for allowing me to be a part of the East Coast Gridiron podcast, man. It's always fun. We can, do content, do draft coming up soon, Senior Bowl coming up soon. Yep. Playoff is heating up. We get into the Final Four of the championships next week, and coaching hires is heating up as well, and I'm very excited.
Yeah, man. Everybody knows my excitement about the Senior Bowl. Just got everything taken care of this week, man. Like, flights are booked, Airbnb is booked. I'm just waiting on my guys to show up. I'll be there Tuesday, and and we're gonna rock it out, man. We got some live shows, everything for you coming up. I'm trying to get it where we got the setup where the stadium's in the background. I actually got the mics with the little mic flags on, like the little square joint that had the logo on it, bro. Like we gonna be official tissue, bro. We're gonna be out there with the khakis, with the polos, with the name tags and everything, giving out the little business cards and all that. So
Yeah.
you know us, man. We ain't gonna be as uptight as some other people. I know a lot of people are like super professional, but we got to add our little humor and stuff in there too. We're gonna have a really good time, man. I've been watching a lot of videos this week, especially with like how the weeks go, or how the days go throughout that week for, the whole week. Some people are like, man, it's more than just, watching the guys practice. Like, this is a big networking event for a lot of people. So, they're like, oh man, some people at the bar that you'll see that you've seen on TV and all that stuff. So, you get to meet them. I was watching Brett Coleman. Everybody knows Brett Coleman. He breaks down film and stuff. Brett
Coleman. I think he'll Texan fan too.
Is he a Texan fan? Wow,
Brett Coleman is a Texan fan, but he breaks down other stuff.
Yeah. So, he's cool people, man. He's cool people. He was sitting down. I think he went there a couple years ago. I don't know if he goes every year, but the video that I watched, he was just kind of breaking it down. Like, hey, man, I was out there on the field with my camera and everything. They let me stay out on the field. So, I cannot wait to get out there. I cannot wait to scout these boys up close and personal, because it's one thing watching them on TV, and it's another thing watching them on the field as well.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to get out there. I know Fishin's excited. I know Vic's excited. I know Sora's excited. What does Sora say? Send the stuff for like flights or the address for the place we're staying. All right, bro, I got you. Are you gonna fly in, Sora? I thought you was gonna drive, brother. Looks like he's gonna fly in. But Uneducated Sports Talk, man. Like I said, I'm gonna hit you up here soon, man. We got to collab on some stuff. That's my guy right there.
You guys want guy right there.
Yeah, you guys want any other play-by-play stuff, click on his channel at Uneducated Sports Talk. I appreciate a franchise of source. Somebody put his link in the chat on both me and Coach's channels just to, promote his stuff too. I only promote the realest of the real, man. He's been good to us, been good to me, and we're gonna be good for him. So but we'll see what happens. But yeah, Senior Bowl in less than 2 weeks. Can't tell you how excited I am for that, man. It's gonna be like a surreal feeling, Coach. It's gonna be surreal. I'm gonna try to get some swag while I'm down there. Send you a shirt and everything while we're down there, bro. Get you some stuff and send it to you.
Appreciate you.
But yeah, man. So let's just go ahead and get into it. Like we said, Coach is gonna ask me a question. I'll ask him a question. We're just gonna ping pong back and forth. And my sponsor questions. Please ask your questions in the chat. We will try to get to them as well. There goes Nightings right there. What's up, Nightings? And for people that are listening on the audio, we appreciate you guys on that. This is I don't post everything on the audio side, but now that we're starting this back up, me and Coach is also on the audio. So check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that stuff, man. Stitcher Radio. I think we're freaking everywhere on that side. So we appreciate you guys. So, Coach, go ahead, start us out with your first question of the day, sir.
Okay, my first question. Which quarterback, coming into this playoffs right here in this second round, which quarterbacks under the most pressure in this playoffs right now? Which quarterback do you got up under the most pressure right now?
And when you really think about the dynamics of that question, it's a loaded question, man, because I think all of them have a little bit of pressure. You know what I'm saying? So let's just go down the line of players, right? And the first one that obviously comes to mind is Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy on his 7th winning game so far, 6 in the regular season, his first in the postseason. He can say that. Over the likes of somebody like Justin Herbert, who me and Coach are very high on.
Yep.
So obviously Brock Purdy has a lot of pressure coming into this week as they go against the whatchamacallit, why am I drawing the blank? Where they're going? The Cowboys. So they got to play the Cowboys, and they're 13-14, and the Cowboys are 12-15. So I think every single team that's here outside of probably the Giants and the Jaguars are deserving to be in the spot that they are if you're looking at a record basis. But Brock
Yep.
Purdy, can he keep it up? The playoff game that he had was definitely, you know, a feather in his cap for sure.
Yep.
Played a hell of a game, threw over 300 yards. Kurt Warner was breaking down his tape, this week, and a couple other guys that break down tape, and I broke down his tape as well, and the dude makes more impressive quarterbacks. Shout out to my boy Justin, man. That's a OC out there for I believe it's the Germany Monarchs. He's an offensive coordinator. He pretty much told everybody to shut up about Brock Purdy. And this is an offensive coordinator that's played professionally in Europe and an offensive coordinator. I played with him growing up. He played for Wesley College. He knows what he's talking about. And check out his stuff, man. I think it's called the American Football Academy or something like that. If you guys want to learn how to be an OC, he has like a 90-day course on how to get everything done, how to write a playbook, all that stuff. So if I'm trusting anybody, you don't got to listen to me. You can go and listen to him. He said Brock Purdy is a real deal, man. So all about that open receiver bullcrap, just throw that out the window. You got to throw it to the people who are there. So first one that comes to mind is Brock Purdy. Go ahead.
All right, so I like uneducated sports. Comment about Dak. It is a lot of pressure on him to get the job done, but I'm gonna go to another Pacific quarterback. It's a lot of pressure on him. I think it's a lot of pressure on Josh Allen to get it done too. I think it's a lot of pressure on him to get it done. You didn't get it done against the Houston Texans. You lost a 16-0 lead. Got outplayed by Deshaun Watson down the stretch. You lost a heartbreaking game last year against the Kansas City Chiefs. The game that's not even his fault. The defense gave up that game. The defense was great all year. Then they decided to wet the bed. He struggled all year long throwing interceptions in the red zone. If you don't beat the Bengals, people are going to start looking at Josh Allen. Very good regular season quarterback, but can't get it done. It matters the most, and especially against guys like Joe Burrow. This is Josh Allen's time, to kind of make an elite mark to show he's up there with the Joe Burrows. He's up there with the Patrick Mahomes. Even when you play against a Patrick Mahomes, I think there's still going to be pressure on Josh Allen. He has to prove that he can get over that hump. We were very high on the Bills coming into this season. We thought they were one of the teams that they can get to an AFC championship again or get to the Super Bowl. Now, your job is to get back to the Super Bowl. You prove that you're an elite quarterback. We've been saying you part of that top 2, top 3, however you want to flip it. But now it started this week. You have to beat the Cincinnati Bengals. If you can't beat the Cincinnati Bengals, or you can't beat the Kansas City Chiefs, you can beat them in the regular season. But can you beat Patrick Mahomes on the biggest stage when it matters the most? Can you step up? And if he can't step up in the playoffs and get that team to the Super Bowl, I got a feeling a lot of people are going to start getting off that top 3, top 5 Josh Allen wagon.
Yeah. I mean, you watch somebody like Coach JB, he thinks he's a gimmicky quarterback anyway. So, shout out to my boy Coach JB. I like a lot of stuff that he says, a lot of stuff I agree with. The other quarterback I think has a lot of pressure on him right now is possibly Jalen Hurts.
Yes, I was going to say that, but I put Josh Allen. Yep.
Jalen Hurts is the other one for me. And like I said, all these quarterbacks have pressure on them for certain reasons. Like, if Jalen Hurts doesn't come back, now you got to think about the last game of the season. The Giants kept it close with second and third stringers, and he wasn't, he wasn't in the game. So it just is what it is. Now on the other side of that, on the other side of the coin, he's back healthy. The Giants are healthy. They got a Dory Jackson and all those guys back, right? So he's heading there with the most pressure because it's not only is it hard to beat a team 3 times, but missing that much time as much as he's missed is also going to hurt as well. So, actually, I think he played the Giants the last game of the season.
He played the Giants the first week. They played the first time they played them.
Yeah, so I think he's the other one that has a lot of pressure on him going into this week. Now, let's ask a reverse question, Coach. What quarterback has the least amount of pressure on him? Uh-oh, coach, I think the multiverse got you, bro.
Multiversion got me.
Oh, no. You good. You good. You good.
Okay.
You
I
good now.
think the less pressure is Daniel Jones.
Oh, no. The multiverse got coach. Oh, no. Oh, he's back. He's back. It says no video feed. Hold up. There we go. All right. You full bars now.
All
right. I think you're good now.
All right. I think the less pressure is Daniel Jones. I'm gonna say Daniel Jones because who expected the Giants to be a part of this playoff picture? Who expected the Giants, to be in the second round?
Yeah.
So then everybody knew once he get a new coach and once they favor the playbook, how he plays and that fits his skill set. I think everybody knew what type of player he's gonna come into if he didn't turn the ball over. And I liked it with they did. They got an offensive scheme where they have them do some read option keeps, kind of escape the pocket a little bit. They kind of use him, use how you supposed to use him as a quarterback. So I think the less pressure is off Daniel Jones. I don't think he needs to. If he does lose this game, I don't think he's going to get a lot of flock for it. Brock Purdy, I want to say Brock Purdy. Nobody expect Brock Purdy to be in this situation. You didn't drop Brock Purdy anyway to be playing football anyway. It just
especially in the postseason.
He kept the team going and got him here. So I'm gonna say the less pressure is on Daniel Jones.
Yeah,
I could say Trevor Lawrence too because this is his first year getting him into a playoff picture. I think you give him a pass. Getting them getting this Jaguars team down, but you got to credit a lot of that to Doug Peterson. For how he put this team out there, and he got the right coach in that locker room. But I'm gonna say Daniel Jones has the less pressure because the Giants wasn't even picked to be a playoff team. The fact that Brian Daboll came in, brought the right coacher, and guys are really buying into the system and the way they're using Daniel Jones the right way. I think Daniel Jones has the less pressure, and I think everybody else got pressure on them. The tallest amount of pressure that I got is Josh Allen. Josh Allen got to get it done. Jalen Hurts, you went 14-3. You got everybody said, "Oh, let's get you some wide receivers. Let's get you AJ Brown," which is making a big difference. But you lose. You didn't even play, so y'all didn't even have to play for a couple of weeks, but damn near almost a couple of weeks. Yep. So at the end of the day, it could be a little rust playing in that game tomorrow. But if you don't get the job done, people could start really criticizing you like everybody criticized Justin Herbert's and everybody else. You can start getting criticized. Or do you deserve to be paid as one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the league? People really start questioning Jalen Hurts. Yes, you can have a solid game, but that's going to be considered as not getting the job done when it matters the most.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think the quarterback that has the less pressure is Trevor Lawrence. Damian said I think Pat Mahomes is under more pressure because he had a good postseason since the Jets Super Bowl. His career is starting to be like Aaron Rodgers.
Nah, I disagree with that because again, he made it to 4 straight AFC championships games and got to 2 Super Bowls. So it's less pressure on him. He doesn't have any pressure. Josh Allen, we got him in his top 5, top 2 tier in the league. And you mean to tell me you're going to consistently fail in the playoffs when it matters the most? Yes, you can beat Pat Mahomes in the regular season, but you can't beat him in the playoff game. Or you can't get anywhere near West Conference Championship game. Yeah, that's when people can start. How great of a quarterback really, Josh Allen is. We know how great he's going to be in the regular season. We know how great of a playmaker he can be with Stephon Diggs, but can you win it when it matters the most in the playoffs? So he already made it to 2 championship. He made it to 4 straight AFC championship games. He already been to 2 Super Bowls already. When Aaron Rodgers only kind of been to 1 Super Bowl, win 1 Super Bowl. That's different.
Yeah, and I think you got to also look at it like this. Patrick Mahomes, of course, has Travis Kelce, who was over 1,000 yards again. That's going to be the constant. But he didn't have a 1,000-yard receiver outside of him. I think Juju was only at like 900 yards. He didn't have a 1,000-yard running back. I believe Panchero was like at 800 yards rushing.
Yep.
That defense is pretty good. You know,
Yep.
they're not, you wouldn't say that they're a top tier defense. Special teams, they're all right as well. Harrison Buckner's been hurt most of he was hurt for a good portion of the year this year. So, really and truly, the pressure is not on Patrick Mahomes. It's on everybody else to help him get to where he needs to go because you know what he's going to do. This dude threw for 5,200 yards and 41 touchdowns with absolutely no great weapons on the team outside of Travis Kelce. Like, are we kidding ourselves here? I mean, Kadarius Toney came in and made an impact later on in the season. I would say that he's a weapon now, but he was throwing to everybody and their mama. He had 3 different rotational running backs this year. Jerick McKinnon is a really good. It was a really good piece of the puzzle as well when they got him. But let's put it collectively here. Probably the least pressure is probably on Patrick Mahomes out of every quarterback on this list because the most pressure is going to be on his teammates, not him. He's already proven that I can get you there. On the other side of that, I also think it's Trevor Lawrence because of the way that the media has already bolstered this dude up to being a top 10 quarterback already because of his comeback. But to me, I don't forget about how crappy that you were in the first half because against a team like the Chiefs, and we know how Andy Reid is, he's not going to let off the gas. He's going to keep turning up the heat regardless. Let's put it like this. If Andy Reid is up 27 points going into halftime, he about to add another 27 points on top of that as well. Like straight up. He's not going to allow what the Chargers had to have happen. That he's going to capitalize on those turnovers. And then you're going to be seeing Trevor Lawrence in a different light.
Yep.
Credit to that defense. That's what we've been saying. A lot of people were roasting me and Coach for our take, talking about that the defense held them to 3 points in the second half. The Jaguars.
Yep. I mean, then we can't forget they started running the ball in the second half. Travis Etienne wasn't getting the carries in the second half.
A 25-yard run on fourth down.
20 carries in the game. So pretty much opened up the field for Trevor Lawrence to make the easy throws that he made. Because when you're running the ball with Travis Etienne, and you can soften up that defense a little bit, and that's part of the reason that Trevor Lawrence was finding wide open receivers. Because Doug Peterson said in the second half, I'm going to run the football. We're going to run the football. We're going to stay committed to the run, and it's going to open up a lot of wide open passes for Trevor Lawrence for him to make. You can start seeing everything going to start to get open. Christian Kirk started finding holes in the defense. Marvin Jones started finding holes, and all of a sudden, everything else started opening up for him. So again, you got to give credit to WP for how he got to the running game, even when they were down. Now the Chargers, they didn't even run the football in the second half. They didn't even start running. They stopped running the football. Austin Eckler had 13 carries. Austin Eckler had 13 carries throughout the whole rest of the game, while Travis Etienne had single digits carries in the first half, but he ended up with double-digit carries in the second half to prop them, soften up the defense for Trevor Lawrence to get those wide-open passes.
Yep. And let's go to Don's comment. He said Josh Allen has pressure not to commit turnovers, and he's the reason for a loss when they were favored to be in the Super Bowl. I see what Coach JB was saying about Josh Allen, man. He's a fluky quarterback. And Damian, your comparison to Aaron Rodgers is not far off. I actually think that's an excellent comparison. Like, just look at both of their careers. I'm not saying Alex Smith is Brett Favre, but having to sit behind a quarterback to come in and start to continues to win, to constantly be in the playoffs year after year after year. Super Bowls to me and Coach are not the highest. That's not what we measure a lot of people's success off of. Like, it's a team effort at the end of the day. And I know a lot of people carry that very, very highly, but I think at the end of Patrick Mahomes' career, say what you want about Tom Brady. Yes, Tom Brady is great. But let's not act like Patrick Mahomes didn't have Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce on the same tier same team year after year after year. Let's not act like Andy Reid is not a great coach compared to Mike McCarthy and Matt LaFleur. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's a difference too. So you gotta kind of throw that in the mix. But If my boy Burns in the chat, he said, bold take. If Trevor doesn't improve tremendously in year 3, Dougie P will find a new quarterback. Screenshot this. I give quarterbacks 3 years. Look, I got it. You know what I'm saying? I would not wear this loudly and proudly just yet, but I got it just in case. It's in the back pocket. I got it as a gift, just in case. All right, let's well, we appreciate everybody, man. Keep the comments flowing, keep your questions flowing for us as well. We're gonna head for the next question. My question to Coach: should the Vikings move on from Kirk Cousins?
This is a hard answer for me. I wouldn't be surprised if they move on, but we know Kirk Cousins has a history, that continues to show up in the playoffs, that he doesn't show up in the playoffs, which for me, I didn't think he played bad in the playoff game. I thought he played absolutely well in the playoff game, outside of the fourth down when he didn't throw the ball to, the stakes, and he decided to take it down to, Hawkinson right down. But you look at the play before that, KJ Osborne dropped the pass. That would have gave him a first down. You look at the play actually before that. So again, this is a kind of hard question for me. I wouldn't if you're gonna move on from Kirk Cousins, you gotta have somebody better that you're gonna look at quarterback. You gotta drop the quarterback. But most of the problems is beyond Kirk Cousins. His defense is not good. That's the problem. His defense is not any good. That's the problem. Their defense has been killing them the whole season, all the way throughout the whole season. The secondary is not really good. They didn't play the run very well against Saquon Barkley. You let Daniel Jones do whatever the hell he want to do. Run the ball, passing the ball. Isaiah Hodgins had a great game. Darius Slayton had a hell of a game until he dropped the pass at the end. That was made up for because the defense got to stop. The problem is this defense is not good. This defense is not good, and I think that was the problem the rest of the way. Yes, Justin Jefferson got shut down by Jair Alexander. He didn't do too much against the Giants because he was double covered a lot in that game, which opened up for Hawkinson. But you're gonna have games like that. You're not gonna show up. You're gonna have games like that where you're gonna get double teamed. You're gonna have games like that. But again, Kirk Cousins was beyond the problem. Was not the problem for the Minnesota Vikings. It's just this defense is not really good. And he had a solid game. And they lost the game because of this defense. They can't stop the run, and they cannot defend the pass. And Isaiah Hodgins looking like a Hall of Famer out there. Looking like a true Hall of Famer out there. So again, this defense needs a little bit more shaking up, especially that secondary. And they need to get something in the draft one this offseason so they can stop the run game. They could not literally stop the run, or they could not stop the pass at all. So this offense wasn't the problem. This defense is a problem. It's a real problem.
Yeah, I mean, that's the reason why they got rid of Ed Donato. He was a huge part of the reason why they sucked, especially their secondary. Their secondary ranked last in like almost every statistical category. No, and then you say what it was, like Patrick Peterson at his old of age and Harrison Smith, they were the best players on the field in their defense. Well, in their defensive secondary. And Harrison Smith was battling injuries all year, and you could have voted Patrick Peterson in for a Pro Bowl appearance again. Like, I mean, we thought that the best days were behind him, and he played really, really well this year. In Boom 12, appreciate you, man. I ain't never seen you in the chat before, but appreciate you coming through over on Twitch. He said, no, the D sucked. Terrible run game all year too. They did have a lot of problems in the run game as well. Until they started getting TJ Hawkinson involved. And like you said, Coach, TJ Hawkinson is a beast, man. And people don't, I always call him Baby George Kittle. I really do, because he is one of the best blocking tight ends. And as soon as he got there, I even told Rap, shout out to the Purple Pocket Podcast, man. I even told him, I said, those outside runs that you used to Dalvin Cook getting, that's going to show up a little bit again. But I think Dalvin Cook's days are a little bit behind him too. I hate to see it, but that dude took a lot of punishment at Florida State. He stayed there pretty much his whole career. Took a lot of You know, he's taking a lot of punishment playing up in the NFC North division, man. Like, let's call it what it is. Like, he had to run through a gauntlet up there too, and he's been battling injury his whole career. You know, it's tough to say. Burns said Vikings fired defensive coordinator. I think they should I think they should hire Lovie Smith. Ooh, that's interesting. I think
that was an interesting take.
The solution for the Vikings is hiring Vic Fangio. That's their solution. He would instantly make that secondary better. Like, it just is what it is. I think that's one guy that they should go out and target immediately, and they would immediately see a turnaround. But to answer the question, should they move on for Kurt? I think they should start preparing to move on from Kurt.
I think honestly, you know, they should draft a late round quarterback, mid to late round quarterback. I think they should honestly thinking about that. Think about drafting a late to mid round quarterback. I don't think a backup quarterback will help you in free agency. I think you got to go younger at the quarterback position and start preparing for Kirk Cousins. Start preparing for the future. So I do think if you're gonna get a quarterback, you gotta get one late in the draft. You get one late in the draft, like regardless of who it is, whether it's a Hendon Hooker, if you gotta go with a Hendon Hooker in the later rounds, or Max Duggan or something like that, or Stinson Bennett or something like that, you gotta start looking for the future for Kirk Cousins. Because like I say, he's a good regular season quarterback. He's a solid regular season quarterback, top 12 quarterback in the league. But the only problem is he cannot get it done. He cannot get it done in the prime time. But like I say again, it wasn't his fault that they actually lost the game. He actually played well in the game. But this defense got a lot of issues. And he drafted the last two drafts. You dropped the secondary help. And it's still you dropped the Lewis team last year, the safety out of Georgia. You drafted Andrew Booth Jr., and none of them is panning out. None of them is really panning out. So something wrong with the scouting department. Whoever's scouting these players that's not really out there playing is not really helping in the secondary. You gotta get some good defensive line. You gotta get some good defensive linemen in there to stop the run. Because if you can stop the run, that allows your secondary to play really, really well. You can stop the run and get to the quarterback. And that's the struggle that the Minnesota Vikings had problems stopping the run. And they had problems getting to the quarterback.
Yeah, and so it would just be interesting to see, because the only time has Kirk Cousins really ever been threatened by another quarterback in the quarterback room? I don't think so.
I really don't think he really has.
I don't think Kellen Mond actually got a fair shot. I'm gonna just call it what it is. I don't think he got a fair shot. It would have been interesting to see if he would have came in the game and gave him a little bit more of some dynamic play, because he is good. He is good when he's using his legs. I mean, a lot of people like to crap on Kellen Mond because of the way he played in the preseason, but I always go and say this too. I'm always like, Mond sucks. But here, let's think about it. He had a bad preseason, right? Was terrible in college? No, he wasn't terrible in college, man. He was pretty good. The thing about Kellen Mond is he needed time to get better, and he got better, and he got better as the years went on. Kellen Mond actually, let's think about all the quarterbacks that have been at Texas A&M under Jimbo Fisher. He's probably been the best one, to be completely honest with you. But let's put it like this. Jamar Chase, what was he known as before he started his first regular season game? He sucked in the preseason.
He dropped every ball on the planet.
So I can't say that one dude that's never played in a regular season game and got a fair shot can honestly suck, you know? So you got to take the preseason with a grain of salt. But I see where everybody's coming from. But on the other side of that, has Kirk Cousins really been threatened by another talented quarterback? I'll tell you the perfect quarterback to go get, coach, right now, if they can in the draft. And he's gonna be there. Max Duggan.
Max Duggan. The first name I just said,
Max Duggan would be, not only he would be a threat to Kirk's job, but he gives that team one thing that they haven't seen on that offense is a dynamic quarterback.
Yep.
And he's tough too. Tough as nails. Can get the ball out. Played with a played with a long, lanky quarterback in college in Quentin Johnston too. So he's
Yep.
already used to that kind of lanky route runner like Justin Jefferson. I mean, I'm not comparing Quentin Johnston to Justin Jefferson. I'm just saying that type of stature quarterback. He knows how to get the ball to somebody like that.
Yeah.
And I think he could turn that. I think it turned the team around. But again, coming off a real sucky, say what it was, national championship sucked. He sucked. TCU sucked as a whole. They were not good. But
Yep.
if he has a good Senior Bowl, which I'm gonna keep a close eye on him, if he has a good Senior Bowl, a good combine, and possibly a good pro day, if he decides to participate in a pro day and in the combine, he could turn his draft stock around from being like a 5th round pick right now to possibly like the end of the 2nd.
Yeah.
We seen it happen with Trayvon Walker. That dude went from like the top 20s to number one overall pick.
Yeah, we seen it.
So all you got to do is have. I mean, to me, he's an attractive quarterback to have on your team because he's real gritty. But
Hey, it took me back now when you said Trayvon Walker, which is we both constantly agreed on that he had the best pro day in combine.
in the history of the combine,
In the history of the NFL draft, the worst pro day in combine that I ever seen. You remember Teddy Bridgewater at Louisville when he was the top, when they were coming out and saying he was the top pick in the draft. And you see at that terrible pro day that he put up, dropped him all the way at the tail end of the first round. That's what I'm talking about. If you can have a good Senior Bowl, you can have a good combine, you can have a pro day, they will start looking at you. Your draft style will go on. Trayvon Walker had the best goddamn pro day that we ever kind of saw out there in combine that we saw out there.
Yeah, I can't remember. I'm trying to search it right now. Who was it? Trent Richardson had a terrible combine. He was the other dude. I believe that's who it was.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me make sure I got this right. Trent Richardson, because I can see exactly what the dude was wearing, bro. Let me see if it matches up. Trent Richardson combine. Yep. He had a terrible combine, bro. I just remember that. And then he flopped in the NFL. So,
Yep.
I mean, it is what it is. Damien says Max Duggan ain't no threat. He sucked in the national championship game. Yeah, we all seen it.
We all seen that he sucked in the national championship game, the one game that probably the second game that he kind of looked bad in, really. Outside of that, he only had 2 bad games. That was that game in the national championship game. The Big 12. Well, matter of fact, the Big 12 title game he sucked in. He really was bad in the Big 12 title game, but he did most of it with his legs. So he was bad in the 2 games that meant a lot to the organization. But again, he did get it done. He did got it done against Michigan when Michigan was picked to be the favorite. Me and ECG did pick, TCU to win that game because we knew Michigan struggled later during the year. They struggled against Illinois,
and so did Ohio State.
They struggled against Ohio. They struggled against Ohio State until they win. But that shows you, Ohio State was beatable earlier during the season too. They were kind of beatable during the season.
They both played who coach? Maryland.
Maryland
exposed them.
Struggled against both of them.
Yep.
And Michigan struggled terribly against Illinois. Illinois should have won that game.
That's the other one too. If Chase Brown would have stepped up in the first half like he did in the second half, we'd be talking about that game was close, but Illinois should have never won. Because they had a really good defense too. I think their defense was ranked like top 32 at that point in time.
Top 32. If they had, like I say, to me, I'm not that high on DeVito either. The quarterback play of Illinois, I'm not really that high on them. But Chase Brown was basically their offense, and Tommy DeVito was basically a game quarterback manager outside of that.
Yeah. Hey, Florida boy, I agree with that. Georgia will be back in the national championship next year. They ain't really losing anybody. They're losing Stetson Bennett and what was the tight end? Washington.
They're losing. They losing Stetson Bennett. They losing Jalen Carter. They losing Nolan Smith. They using Smith. They losing him. They losing him to the draft. They ain't really losing nobody. They got the backups, running backs coming. They got the receivers coming. They're losing Kelly Ringo. They losing him. Who's the best corner in the draft? Who's the best corner in the draft? So at the end of the day, they ain't losing nobody. And they're gonna gain some 5 stars.
somebody need to replace Bama that was getting old. I agree. I mean, but it is what it is. The best teams are in the SEC. It is what it is. AD Mitchell to Texas. That was a big transfer. Coach, you just got AD Mitchell, bro.
From Georgia.
Yeah. And a transfer portal.
Man, I'm happy, man. Hey, long Steve Sarkisian. One thing I got to give him credit for is the recruiting process that he got going. Last time we got the number one linebacker. We got
y'all preparing for to go to the SEC, man. That's what it is.
Preparing to go to the SEC, and they're doing a hell of a job. Now, can we win in the SEC? We'll see. We'll see how that's going to come down. But I like the direction that we're actually going in.
I don't think Alabama ever won 3 in a row though, so that's something that Georgia can do. I know they won 2 in a row, and that was with AJ McCarron, I believe. They'd be the first one in a long time to win 3 in a row. And then you're going to have to start saying that, okay, Georgia might have had the best 3-year run out of any college team ever. But Stetson Bennett was a dog for him, man. I mean, I said what I said, and I'll say it again. What's his name that was quarterback before him, bro? We talked about him.
JT Daniels.
JT Daniels is still a better quarterback. Just is what I'm telling you, bro. Next season, he's gonna light it up at Rice. He's gonna throw about 70 touchdowns.
I was just about to say the same number you said.
Yeah.
He's gonna throw about 80 touchdowns in the Conference USA.
Yep, at Rice, and people are gonna be like, "Who the hell is this guy?" And it's like JT Daniels is that dude. Even though he played at Rice, he still was the better quarterback, dude. That dude got the short end of the stick like crazy. All right, coach, hit me with your next question, yo.
So about this question, how many years will it take them Colorado Buffaloes, Coach Prime, to get them to a college football playoff? Not a national championship, but to the college football playoff. We both know they're going to be playing on primes. They're going to be playing on TV now that Coach Prime there's going to be a part of that. You're going to see them on TV awfully a lot this coming season. How many years you giving Coach Prime to get them to a college football playoff? And how many years you going to give them?
This year.
Yeah, this year. Okay.
Ain't gonna take him very long. He already came out and said that he wants to get 80% transfers. I don't know if you guys have seen his coaching staff, Mike Zimmer and all them boys, man. If it's not this year, he definitely gonna be in it next year. I mean, he just picked up what's his name? That was the number 2 recruit in the nation, but the number 1 cornerback. Him and Travis Hunter is gonna be insane. I'll tell you what. T Justice, appreciate you coming through, man. I'll tell you what, if they beat USC, I think they're playing week 5, and they beat the dog crap out of them. I mean, like, give them a spanking like Colorado's back. It's over. It's over. He's there already. Like, it doesn't. This is just going to be interesting to see how well he's going to be between the X's and the O's.
Yep.
That's it. But the thing about Coach Prime, man, he can talk his talk. He was one of the best ever. He can talk his talk. And if you don't think kids want to come to that school and play for him, why is he flipping so many recruits?
Yep. Why recruits transferring to get up out of their school to go over there?
When you have a coach that believes in you, it don't matter what is in between the X's and O's. Because let's call it what it is. All these kids are talented.
Yep.
And it is a travesty that Shedeur Sanders was not even mentioned as a runner-up for the Heisman this year. I'm just calling it like it is. That was absolute bullcrap. If you want to know something that pissed me off, that pissed me off right there. And for everybody hyping up, this is one thing. I can almost guarantee Shedeur Sanders is going to light it up this year, regardless of who's at wide receiver. If we always hyping up these videos, and everybody's seen the videos of Will Levis throwing a 50-yard bomb flat-footed, that's nice. That's great. Without pads in practice. I seen Shedeur Sanders on video the other day at the practice facility throwing a 50-yard bomb, rolling out the pocket, and immediately turning that shoulder and throwing the pass on the money while running. That's impressive to me. I understand it's without pads and stuff, and I might be overhyping it a little bit, but Shedeur Sanders, yes, is he a little vanilla? I mean, he played at Jackson State. They're going to get all the weapons there. There should be no reason why. You know his dad is going to hold him to the highest of standards. Because if Shador sucks, that's going to be the biggest stain on Deion. Because he already got, I think this is the second quarterback from Colorado that transferred out, JT Shrout. JT Shrout just entered the transfer portal 2 days ago. I think that's the second quarterback that is transferred from there. So he put this much faith in his own son, already naming him the starter. He better be the best player on that team next year. Not Travis Hunter, not Carmani or whatever his name is that just committed there. Not any of these other players. It better be Shador Sanders that's the best player on that team and in Heisman contention. That's crazy. Players on lower level teams won't ever get a Heisman consideration, just how their award is. Yeah, I know. It just is what it is.
And another player that's on pressure, but I agree with you on Shador Stevenson. It's a lot of pressure on him because the quarterbacks that did have transfer from there because they knew Shador Stevenson is going to come in and be the starter. And why not? He's the better quarterback out of both of those quarterbacks. So actually, why not? A better quarterback can come in. But Travis Hunter, people were nitpicking him, how great he was because he played over at Jackson State. I think Travis Hunter is a hell of a player anyway it goes. I think he can play. I think he can play over here, and he's a hell of a receiver. You can put him at defensive back. You can put him at receiver, however you want it. Travis Hunter will be good at both. Whichever spot he plays, whether it's receiver or cornerback, he will be very good at both. He's got very good hands. He's got some great elevation. And the meeting that they had the other day that I watched on Coach Prime, everybody stood up and he told them, the segment was that day that he told them, how bad do you want it? All of those kids stood up and said, I want to win. I'm here to win, nothing else. Coach Prime serious. He got these kids like that. And he let them know this is not no ball game. This is not nothing I'm coming here to win. I'm not coming here to lose. I'm coming here to win. And he got a standard in the culture set over there. And Mike Zimmer coming in, being a part of the program, definitely going to help get recruits and definitely going to help that defense out for Colorado. So Coach Prime got a standard, and I wouldn't be surprised. Trust me, I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Prime had this team in the playoff hunt this year. Definitely, if he doesn't make it this year, he's going to definitely make it next year. But definitely don't be surprised if he beats in it this year. But New Year's Six Bowl, that would be a great step up for next year going in for a New Year's Six Bowl for Coach Prime.
I think it's a success. I mean, it's going to be a success anyways because I think they only won one game this year. They're one of the worst teams in college football last year. Let's call it what it is. He went from Jackson State, who sucked, who never had a 10-win season, who never had a SWAC championship, who never, he did a lot of firsts for that school. And then got, the HBCUs to be on ESPN. And then moving on to another sucky school. Like, I understand it's a Power 5 school, but Colorado was booty butt cheeks, bro. They were not good.
They were terrible. They won the worst. They was the worst team in college football last year. They were the worst team. Then Jackson State was one of the worst teams in overall college, and he won 2 SWAC championships back to back. And I think he definitely can do it this year. I definitely think he can make it close to a playoff, but a New Year's Six Bowl this year. That's already going to be a success. And if he gets anything close to a playoff or a New Year's Six Bowl, imagine how is he going to do in year 2. Imagine what he does in year 2. You may say he may make the national championship that second year. He can damn near make a national championship because, like I said, he's going to get the NIL deals. He's going to get the kids. He's going to get the recruits. And as soon as he go to Buffalo, as soon as he went to Colorado, don't you know how many kids went to that portal and wanted to play for this guy? Don't you know how many kids immediately said, Coach Prime, you got a spot? That's how much motivation he got and how much the kids is gonna buy into him and play for him.
I'm telling you what the coaches at other schools are doing right now, bro. This is what they're doing, Coach. They are going into this situation not knowing if their kids are going to enter the transfer portal or not. And then when they do, guess where they're going? Colorado. What's the coach saying? God damn. And then another coach come in. Where'd my player going? Oh, he going too? Oh, he don't flip his commitment to Colorado? You know what I'm saying? This is what's happening right now. You know what I'm saying? What did Fisher say? Defensive players are saying they're overshadowed by good quarterback play. Florida boy said Coach Prime should have came to Florida. Bro, do you understand when I say Coach Prime is Florida State through and through, bro? You think he's ever going to touch any Gator ground? You out of your mind, bro. You are out of your mind. You can sit over there and cry all you want, bro. It's all good. That's burn right now, bro. That ain't never happening. I think Damien said who's has a better college football season, Prime Time or Ed Reed?
Prime. I think Coach Prime.
Ed Reed's a little rough right now, bro.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't blame him. Did you see the video that he was blowing up riding in the golf cart? I gotta send it to you, bro. But Ed Reed was basically riding in a golf cart around campus, and he's like, you know, I'm waking up. I'm waking out here with the football team picking up trash. I should leave. I'm not even under contract yet. He said these MFers didn't even clean my office when I got here. I was like, damn, brother. Damn. Yeah. Some people say, oh, they should fire him. But really and truly, Ed Reed is probably the best safety of all time.
Yeah.
Deion Sanders is the best cornerback of all time. These dudes weren't the best of all time for no reason. And Ed Reed was a smart player. I mean, between the X's and O's, Ed Reed might have Prime, bro. But maybe I'm underestimating Prime, too. You know what I'm saying? But I just think, like, if you had to line both of them up just the way that they're talking, the way that they're about their business, Ed Reed might be better in a playbook, describing how a play develops and stuff like that. But he ain't gonna have a better season than Coach Prime.
Nah, he ain't gonna have a better season than Coach Prime. The only way I can, I think Ed Reed can turn the program around because
I think so too.
Of a small school, though. Bethune-Cookman is definitely a small school, so I think he could turn the program around. But I think Coach Prime is built for more success as of right now. The way the kids are coming in and the way that everybody want to play off, the coaching staffs that he got and stuff right now, like I say again, Coach Prime is definitely better. Is going to be a better successor than Ed Reed, but Ed Reed is definitely going to turn that Bethune-Cookman program around. And some underrated players came from out of Bethune-Cookman. Nick Collins, the safety that used to play for Green Bay, was solid for years for Green Bay. He came out of Bethune-Cookman, so there's some solid players come out of that program.
Yeah. Fisher said Ed Reed is a joke. He has nothing to offer university. Never did anything at Miami. Never even attempted play calling. And call it what it is. What was Prime doing before he got to Jackson State? Coaching a high school team. I mean, I don't know, bro. It is what it is. Like, I ain't gonna knock a man when they're down, but here's the thing. I will always give the upper hand to a dude that was the best of all time at his position. I'm not going to sit here and say that he was complete. That ain't going to give him hope. Now, if it was, and coach is going to love this. If he said Brock Osweiler was the head coach of Miami, I'd be like, y'all trusting this? Or even this, Fishing. Chris Ricks, head coach of Florida State. I'd seriously go and get my tattoo covered up. I would not be a Florida State fan.
If
that's blasphemy.
Brock Osweiler ever coach a college team, they may not win another game. That team may not win another game. That's how bad he is. That's how bad he is as an NFL quarterback. I don't even get mad. But that's you talking about the time I got upset. It just made me sick watching this dude quarterback the Houston Texans. And Bill O'Brien didn't even want the guy. It just made me sick watching this guy go out there and play football. I cried down in every week for him giving up the game. And for that Jaguars
somebody
game,
clip it.
for that damn Jaguars game, that he almost threw a goddamn way, and Tom Savage had to come in and say the game he was a bum his own self. That was tragedy to me. And y'all make sure y'all clip this when I say this about Brock Osweiler. He was the worst Houston Texan quarterback I ever seen quarterback. And I say this to this day that Brock Osweiler sucks ass. And he needs to stay in the boot. He needs to stay in the boot, make his money because he made enough money off the Houston Texans already. And Chris Wicks, thank you so much for bringing Brock Osweiler in here because he sucks so bad. It made me miserable being a Texan fan and have to watch this guy quarterback my football team. And having DeAndre Hopkins, Lamar Miller, and a great defense to bail this guy out. And him want to throw an interception, holding his head, knew he had no business throwing it against Jacksonville. If for Tom Savage to come in and save the day, like I say, who was a bum his own self. But one thing he did, he won us that football game. And that football game against Jacksonville got us in the playoffs that day. But Brock Osweiler almost threw the damn game away and gave it away and gave our playoff hopes away. So that made me sick watching this guy have to quarterback his football team.
Lamar Miller, I heard you bring up his name, man. He was one of my favorite running backs ever, bro.
He was one of my favorite underrated running backs in the league.
Dude, that dude never got enough love for how much he probably gave more to the Texans organization than Arian Foster, bro.
Yeah, like, he did. Arian Foster was a beast, but he stayed hurt. He could never stay on the field.
Yeah, Lamar Miller was yeah, official said I'm officially triggered. But yeah, man, to go back to the question, I think it's a good possibility that he might make it this year, bro. Just with all the firepower he's got. And I'm never like one to actually I'm not gonna say I'm never one to drink the Kool-Aid. I'm gonna stop drinking the Kool-Aid. But with everything Prime's got going, the way he talks, how serious he is. And a lot of people like to say that him and Ed Reed are like celebrity coaches. Like, let's get out. Like, stop that. Stop that for 1 minute. They might not be the most qualified coaches out there as far as like credentials, but I can't say that the dude's gonna be a bad coach because his accolades, man. These dudes were the best ever at their position. I'd say, not to get political, but if we gonna have Donald Trump get in office and not have to run for Senate, it's okay if other people might skip the line and other things too, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I'm
make
just
sure somebody clip that segment that I got up on that by Brock Osweiler because that was the worst Houston Texans quarterback I ever seen in my life ever played. So that made me want to go find Brock Osweiler, get a belt, and hang him on one of those horns, one of those bull horns, and just start whooping the hell out of them.
Hey, I time-stamped it myself in the comments when I go back. Hey, when I go back and watch this, I already know what the clip, bro. I already know what the clip. All right, Coach. My second question for you: why fire Brian Leftwich, man? Why?
I don't think it's his fault. I don't think Brian Leftwich should got fired. Like Louis Riddick even came out himself. They had a bad offensive line. The offensive line was even hurt before coming into the season. Leonard Fournette kind of deteriorated. It's not the same Leonard Fournette anymore like he used to be in Jacksonville. He clearly got a little bit overweighted. The receivers was inconsistent. Tom Brady was inconsistent at throwing the football. So at the end of the day, the team offense just what is good as that we didn't think that we isn't good that we thought. And it started with the offensive line. Offensive line wasn't good. And the receivers, Chris Godwin wasn't on the field that much. He wasn't on the field that much this season. He wasn't on the field that much. He stayed hurt a lot. You got Russell Gage, who I thought, that really was a big signing coming into the offseason, who had a solid couple of years with the Atlanta Falcons. I thought he was going to come in and be a big part of that receiving core. That remained. He didn't come in and do that. Mike Evans, it was discommunication between him and Tom Brady throughout the whole season. So this offense just wasn't as good as we thought, but they had struggles on the offensive line the whole season. And Leonard Fournette, playing him a lot over kind of over Rashad White. Rashad White should have been playing since the first day. Leonard Fournette, no doubt, it's not the same. He is overweighted. He is out of shape, and the defense just isn't as good. Just isn't as good that we thought they could have been. And then they also had injuries all over the place. So when you factor in that, how is any coach supposed to go through that? Now, I believe Todd Bowles is not a good head coach. He's not a good head coach. He wasn't good with the New York Jets. He wasn't good with the New York Jets at all. His first head coaching stint. Now, he's a good defensive coordinator. He's a great, awesome defensive coordinator. He's well respected. But as a head coach, Todd Bowles is not a good head coach. He's not a good head coach. But I hope Byron Leftwich found him another job. I hope he can find one, in college or whatever in the NFL. I think this guy could call plays, but I think he need a new change of scenery. But I don't think this is all his fault. Unfortunately, he was the scapegoat. But again, you didn't have an offensive line coming into the season. The receivers are not consistent with if it was dropping a pass or being out. And, the running back crew need a little help outside of Rashad White.
So I just want to go through the stats here for the Byron Leftwich. All right. So we're gonna go down the line of his offensive ranks since he's been an OC. Arizona, he started out as an OC. They were terrible. Overall in points, yards, everything. Number 32 in the NFL. As soon as he got to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, here has been his offensive ranks throughout the years. All right, we're gonna start with we'll start with yardage. 6th in 2019, 4th in 2020, 2nd in 2021. Yep. This year, 9th. If we talk about yardage on offense, 2019, 3rd, 2020, 7th, 2021, 2, 2022, 15th.
Yep.
Let's go over to let's just go over to the passing offense because that's what he's really been known for. Ever since he's been with Tampa Bay, yardage, number 1 in 2019. Yardage in 2020, number 2. 2021, number 1. 2022, number 2.
Yep.
Passing touchdowns, 19, 3. 2020, 2. 2021, 1. This year, 12th. So I'd say that this was bad. This was his second worst year statistically out of all. You can go and look up on Pro Football Reference. Out of all his offensive coordinating years, as far as rankings and his overall offenses, this has been his second worst year outside of his very first year, and that was with Arizona.
Yep.
That's absolutely blasphemous on why he got fired. And I'm going to just put it like this. I hated Byron Leftwich as my quarterback. The same way I feel about Trevor Lawrence is the same way I felt about Byron Leftwich, but my hate for Byron Leftwich was even worse because he came in and he took David Garrard's job when David Garrard was still good. I couldn't stand it. But as an offense coordinator, dude's been great. And y'all go ahead and give him the short end of the stick. Wasn't this man interviewing for the head coaching job for the Buccaneers last year?
Yep, he was interviewing for the head coaching job with the Buccaneers last year. He was interviewing for several head coaching jobs throughout the years. But again, I'll say it wasn't his fault. I don't think it was his fault this year. He didn't have an offensive line. I mean, 2 of his offensive linemen got hurt immediately in training camp. So he didn't have them. You knew he didn't have them coming into the season. Chris Godwin been battled through injuries, whether if he played or if he didn't play. He was out there fighting through an injury. They released Johnson earlier on during the year, who could have been a big asset to him. They released him earlier. So again, that and you got Russell Gage from the Atlanta Falcons, who I thought that could have been really, really good, did not pan out. Mike Evans and Tom Brady having their issues. And then you should have started Rashad White earlier during the season. You knew Leonard Fournette was not good anymore. You knew he was kind of out of shape. He was kind of getting overweighted as well. So again, I don't see why Byron Leftwich was a scapegoat up in this organization. He got the end of the stick right here. And Todd Bowles was never a good head coach. He's just not a good head coach in this league, and it's proven this year, and it proved it against the Jets. Against the Jets when he missed the playoffs, and then the very next year, he was terrible as a head coach with the Jets. So again, I think Byron Leftwich, he's going to get another job, whether if it's offensive coordinator or probably some in the future get a head coaching job, or let's see if he get a college coaching job. I think he would work well in college. To be honest with you, I think he'd be a great, solid offensive guru in college and a head coach in college. Actually,
I do too. I think that's a great analysis. The way that he runs everything, and being under Tom and learning from Tom, they were teaching each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
He's in a great position right now to succeed somewhere else, and he's going to want to succeed somewhere else. I like Byron Leftwich as a person, and I like the things that he's done as far as like team morale type of guy. Like he reminds me of Jameis Winston type. That's what I think like they are very similar, and I think that's why they got along so much too. Is like they're very similar in the way that they are as people and things like that. Can be silly. And I think he's going to be a great head coach wherever, a great offensive coordinator, a great head coach wherever you go. I agree with you, though. Like, Todd Bowles had his time to coach.
Yep.
Why didn't they give the reins to Byron Leftwich? Why?
Yep.
I need to go back and see what his offensive rankings were as a defensive coordinator with the Buccaneers. I can tell you statistically, it probably wasn't as high as Byron Leftwich as far as like, if you had to look over game after game who was more consistent, it was probably Byron Leftwich's offense compared to Todd Bowles' defenses.
Yeah.
Where's Devin White been?
Yep.
I mean, Carlton Davis has been kind of poop.
The secondary wasn't good at all. Secondary has not really been good at all.
Antoine Winfield's been hurt, so I can't really say too much about him.
I actually like Antoine Winfield when he's healthy.
That defensive line is not like it was several years ago. You know what I'm saying? So, to me, Byron Leftwich, we don't like to get political on the show. I don't know what it is, but he has done enough. He has a deep resume. Let's look through his resume, bro. Not only was he an NFL quarterback, at 36 years old, he was an Arizona Cardinals intern. At 37, he was a quarterback's coach. 38, he was the offensive coordinator / quarterback's coach. And he's been the offensive coordinator for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers the last 4 years, being under Steve Wilkes, Todd Bowles, and Bruce Arians.
Yep.
That's great company. So, I mean, if we're talking about like Coach Prime and them just being a shoe-in for somebody, if Byron Leftwich was like, let's say he was the next coach at Jackson State goes undefeated every single year. By his accolades right now of what he's got. So I think he's one of the most underrated offensive coordinators in the National Football League. Yep. A lot of people talk about Eric Bieniemy too. These two should be top tier hires. I'm taking the race thing out of it. Take the race thing out of it. There are two top tier hires to be head coaches somewhere. And I can almost guarantee you we'd be talking about their teams and them coming from two deep coaching trees to be a really good offensive coordinator or head coach somewhere. And Damian said Leftwich should be the Raiders head coach. You know, they ain't get rid of Josh McDaniels right now. Yep. Florida Boy said Leftwich to the Chargers for OC would be great for him. Ooh, if he gets if Byron Leftwich gets a hold of Justin Herbert, bro, it's over.
Yep.
He already has the mind of a quarterback. Damn, bro. Think about how crazy that would be, bro. If Byron Leftwich goes to the Chargers, it's over, dog. They're Super Bowl champions next year. I can almost guarantee it. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. Byron Leftwich, offensive coordinator for the Chargers. If they end up firing Brian, what's his name? Brandon Staley.
Yeah, Brandon Staley, yeah.
Guess who's in prime position to get that job? Byron Leftwich.
Yep.
And Byron Leftwich as the head coach of the Chargers would be nutty, bro. Oh my goodness. I'm just sitting back thinking about this, coach. Ooh, if he's the offensive coordinator for the Chargers coming into next year, knowing what he knows from playing quarterback, knowing what he knows from having Tom Brady as his quarterback for years, knowing what he knows of how he had Jameis Winston throw 5,000 yards and 40 touchdowns. I mean, interceptions ain't on Byron. You know, it is what it is. But he still had 40 touchdowns and over 5,000 yards under Byron Leftwich. What do you think Byron Leftwich would do with Justin Herbert, yo?
Especially if the Chargers offense can stay healthy, if the receiving core can stay healthy, I think Byron Leftwich can do a great job in do a very good job in Los Angeles with the Los Angeles Chargers. If that receiving core can stay healthy, Mike Williams can stay healthy. I believe, he can. They can be good. They can be very scary.
Call it right now, coach. We're just gonna speak into existence. Byron Leftwich is going to the Chargers. I'm looking at you, Cameron. Byron Leftwich, if he goes to the Chargers, they go into the Super Bowl. Justin Herbert is going to throw like 50 touchdowns, about 5,500 yards. Is over for the league. If he gets his hands on Justin Herbert, Brandon Staley is going to look like the best head coach in the National Football League. He's going to make him look good. He's going to make him look good so much that they're going to fire Brandon Staley even if they win the Super Bowl and put Byron Leftwich as their head coach. I mean, bro, that would be nutty.
That would be scary, bro. That would be a scary planet to be on.
My goodness. Hey, Byron, from a Jaguars fan that didn't really rock with you, I'll rock with you as offensive coordinator, man. You're going to be a good coach one day. Damien said, I don't see Bieniemy ever getting a head coaching job only because he's a hothead. Just look at the problems he has with Mahomes. He almost wanted to kill him on the sideline. But that's what good coaches do, man.
Yep.
I mean, say what you want about Jimbo Fisher, and I hate to keep going back to Florida State, but say what you want about Jimbo Fisher. Jimbo Fisher got the best out of his players. When they were in their prime, you know how many players went to the NFL under Jimbo Fisher? Damn near every team in the National Football League right now has a player on their team right now from Jimbo Fisher's squads at Florida State.
Yep.
Man, this is what it is. And he was a hothead. Like, he would get in your face. Good. Some coaches are just like that.
Yep. And the reason why he can't get a head coaching job is not true to what you said. Yes, he's a hothead on the sideline, but I think it's more off the field. If you don't know, off the field for Eric Bieniemy is why he can't get the head coaching job. It's off the field, not on the field, off the field. You know,
what's his off the field situation, coach? For the people that don't know,
some misdemeanors. You know, some misdemeanors behind closed doors. So that's the reason why he hasn't got really a job yet.
Yeah. So Eric Bieniemy is one of those guys that, I mean, people like to bring in the race thing all the time, and you know, even if you believe it's true, if you don't believe it's true, that's up to your interpretation. But as much as like teams are trying to not stay in the media for bad things, the first thing that will ever get brought up, he would have to go to a market that is like a very forgivable place for him to be a head coach. Because if they lose, that's the one thing they're going to go to.
Yep.
Straight off the rip. Don't matter what happened. It don't matter if he stole a candy bar when he was 5 years old. They're going to bring it up, bro. That just is what it is.
Yep.
But nobody's not saying that he's a good head coach. But, yeah, I think especially now with the Dan Snyder situations and all that, too, and ownership, like pointing fingers at each other, and, all the times that a team does lose a game and we've automatically finger point to a coach, the finger pointing at him will be double time with all the stuff that's in his personal life too. It's just, just is what it is. If it's fair or not, I'm never going to kick a man when he's down. Everybody deserves a second chance and stuff like that. But that's just life, bro. Yeah, and a lot of teams are going to have to deal with that if he's their coach. And depending on what he did, y'all could just Google search it. So, all right, Coach, next question.
This is a very interesting question. So we know we have a history of slandering people, but this goes by, not say us, we do it, but it's a lot of people out there say, this player is not that great without this player. This player is not that good because this team don't win. His team aren't playing winning football. We heard that a lot about Devontae Adams. Oh, he's not a elite receiver because the Raiders don't win football games. You're looking at you're not looking at the team. You're looking at Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams had a elite year, another elite year. But now I'm going to switch to Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill, it's not his fault that he was traded in the offseason. Clearly, the Chargers didn't want to pay him his money, didn't want to pay him because they paid Patrick Mahomes. And, you're supposed to keep your quarterback over your wide receiver. You're going to choose your quarterback.
Absolutely.
That's your franchise quarterback. And Patrick Mahomes is the right move to go because you don't want to lose your franchise quarterback. It's nothing like a franchise quarterback. You got to have that quarterback if you want to go places. So they obviously made the right move, and I would make that same move as well. Choosing my quarterback over the receiver. So Tyreek Hill traded to the Dolphins. He has another great year. But do you think, in his mind, I'm just ask a question. Do you really think that he has some regret playing in Miami and with Tua, even though he had a great season? And would you start seeing people slandering him? Oh, he can't win without Patrick Mahomes. He's not good without Patrick Mahomes, which is he is good without Patrick Mahomes. I don't just think he's on a winning team. He's on a winning organization type of team. And Patrick Mahomes clearly got better after the loss of Tyreek Hill, even though Tyreek Hill had a great season and still can perform. Do you see Tyreek Hill getting some of that same slander as Devontae Adams got? Do you see that? Do you think he regrets, playing with Tua or just going to Miami in a situation where I don't think he will win it?
I think he trusts his guy and Tua.
Okay.
I really do. I think he believes in him. I think they genuinely like playing together. But I think he regrets it a little bit, especially now that he's on the couch. You know what I'm saying? I also think he regrets it a little bit now as seeing the season that Patrick Mahomes had without him. How good let's put it like this. How good do you think the Chiefs would have been with Tyreek Hill?
They'll be unstoppable. They 14-3. They'll be unstoppable now. It'll be even more scary.
It would have been. They would have been probably undefeated this year, or close to it. I mean, we wouldn't have been talking about. We would have been. Here's what it would have been. Immediately, probably by like week 8, people would have been like, "The Bills ain't the AFC favorites. It's the Chiefs." The Chiefs would have been the team, along with the Eagles. People would have been screaming, Chiefs versus Eagles Super Bowl, week 8. Because that's how dominant they would have played together as a unit. They would have stole the AFC. You thought Eric was really screaming about the Raiders losing this year? Man, the Chiefs probably would have put up 50 on them every week. Tyreek Hill would have been throwing out the peace sign every single game. Every single time he caught the ball. Man. Chiefs doing dabs. He said Hill would have ate up a nice chunk of cap room.
That's why he was traded, actually. And they did make the right decision. Keep your quarterback. I'm going to be loyal to my quarterback. Quarterback, without a quarterback in this league, I don't care I don't care. Without a quarterback in this league, you're not going to go too far unless you have a great defense, a great receiving core, but you got to have a quarterback.
I think something's brewing in Kansas City, to be completely honest. With one guy that I tried to tell y'all about, and I watched his tape late. He didn't get used all that much this year. The Chiefs ain't regretting it because I think next year, Sky Moore is going to make his emergence. Exactly, Sora. Exactly. Yeah. It's going to be Sky Moore, bro. And let's think about the first year that Tyreek Hill entered the league. He wasn't like this superstar. Flew under the radar. Second year started snapping, bro. Andy Reid is like this with his rookies.
Yep.
He doesn't like rookies. That's why they always go out and get veteran guys. Outside of this is the first year. Think about all the guys that they got that are young, that are good. Let's start with George Karlaftis. George Karlaftis played half the snaps that that Aiden Hutchinson played. We wouldn't be talking about Aiden Hutchinson right now at all. That's just fact. Trent McDuffie, who I've been screaming about since draft time. If he would have stayed healthy a whole season, he would have been up there with the Sauce Gardner, the Tyreek Woolens, the Kobe Bryant, all them guys. Who's another guy that they picked up in the draft? Sky Moore.
Isaiah Pacheco as well, who's a 6th, 7th round pick. We're at 800 yards, another rookie.
And he wouldn't have got a start this year if Clyde Edwards-Helaire was half of himself that he was his rookie year.
Yep.
Now he's done. And Isaiah Pacheco is the guy. All these guys are young. And the guy that was a rookie last season that's still a tackling machine and Nick Bolton.
Nick Bolton was great.
Bro. I'm telling you, man. Andy Reid don't unleash the Kraken until year 2.
Yep. Nick Bolton was great all season long, just a juggernaut. Trent McDuffie, when he came back, got a little bit of a flow, was doing great. I mean, doing great before he got hurt. I mean,
I thought it was a slot corner, coach. I thought it was a slot corner.
He ain't no down slot corner. All we know was outside. We saw him play outside. We saw him shut down people on the outside. Him and Kyler Gordon. We saw them shut down people on the outside, not the inside. He played most of his snaps on the outside. 90% of the snaps on the outside, not the inside, the outside. So that's exactly what we saw, and he was doing a very good job of shutting them down as well. So, like you said, he would have definitely been up there with the Sauce Gardners. Even before Derek Stingley got out, he was in the top 15 range at cornerbacks. You know, you had Tyreek Woodland. You know, you had Cook, who was really good. Jack Jones was good from with New England. Marcus Jones emerged late from New England. So you had all this was a
Don's boy right there, bro.
Yep, that's Don's boy. That was my boy as well that I liked it coming out of Houston. A very versatile. So this was a great rookie DB class. This was actually a great rookie DB class.
Hey, I'm calling it right now, bro. Don, I know he don't watch college all the time like that, but when he be scouting players, he be on the money, bro. Let's go through Don's track record right now. Track record for Don. Quinnen Williams. Rashad Gary. just to name a few. Don been on the money, bro. And the guys you just mentioned, all on Don's list, dog.
Yep.
I think year two for the Chiefs with these guys next year or this year coming up. Mark my words. McCole Hardman has taken the full backseat. He is nothing without Tyreek Hill. Remember, we were calling them the speed duos.
Yep.
That new duo is going to be Sky Moore and one guy that came over in the middle of the season, Kadarius Toney. It's about to be over, bro. They're going to own that division for a long time. They got room to grow, bro. It is absolutely insane what the Chiefs are about to do, man. So y'all hold on for the ride though. But you know, Coach, the question, the answer to your question, does Tyreek regret going to Miami? I think internally he's still gonna rock with that team. But you can't tell me for 1 second he ain't sitting on the couch. Yeah, put the Kadarius Tonys in the chat. Put him in the chat. Put the scientist Kadarius Tonys in the chat right now, bro. The one thing that he is regretting, and you can't tell me as a man that you can't, is those was your boys for years. Y'all did great things. Y'all won a Super Bowl together. Hearing Travis Kelce say the things that he has said about that was one of his good friends, one of his favorite teammates to play with. Kadarius Toney right now is flipping through the channels, seeing it. He's going to see the Chiefs play this weekend, and he's going to be like, "Damn, what would have been if I was on this team right now?" Him and Patrick Mahomes would have set records this year. Just call it like it is. Look at the season that Tyreek had with a lesser version of Patrick Mahomes. So there's a, I don't want to say it's like a big regret. There's just that thought in the back of your head. You know what I'm saying? It's like this, right? It's like being in a relationship with somebody and you know you messed up. You can't go back. You can't go back.
This is what I say. Like, does it have something to do with quarterback play though? So Patrick Mahomes, like, this how big of a difference, you know, I kind of value quarterback play. Now in reality, let's be honest. You got the better receiving core in Jalen Waddle, you know, who can run all the routes. You got Mike Gesicki, who hasn't showed up all year, but he's supposed to be the best tight end in the game. All of a sudden, he hasn't showed up all year. You got Jeff Wilson. You got Jeff Wilson, who's been good since he came over there. You have statistically, you know, on paper, a better weapon core, a better receiving roster, a better weapons than the Kansas City Chiefs. But this how much difference a quarterback play makes. Patrick Mahomes elevated the other guys on his team. He has a young team. Outside of Travis Kelce, you got a young Sky Moore. You got a 6th round pick, Isaiah Pacheco, who's an 800-yard back. Now, you got a very good defense who's very well improved with Steve Spagnuolo in the helm. Give credit to Steve Spagnuolo, how he got these guys playing around. And you got 3 tight ends. You got another 2 good tight ends who's really been good as well. But, I mean, again, you got Valdez-Scantling, who's just good enough to be on somebody's roster. He's not a good receiver at all. He's a speedster. But he's not that good of a receiver. Juju Smith-Schuster revived his career because guess what? Want to know his last good year was his rookie year when he had Antonio Brown. When Antonio Brown was an elite receiver, and then Big Ben Roethlisberger. That was the last time he had a great year. Now he comes with a better quarterback in Patrick Mahomes. All of a sudden, he has a 900-yard wide receiver. That's a difference, I say, a quarterback will make. Now, you switch spots with Tua and you switch spots with Patrick Mahomes. How do you think that Miami Dolphins team does? They probably in the same position right now as the Chiefs is right now.
We said it the other day with Daniel Jones, bro. So you swap a lot of these quarterbacks on the Dolphins right now. Consistent quarterback that could play and is healthy all year. The Dolphins is a hell of a team.
Yep.
And stop saying Mike McDaniels is a bad coach because he's not.
Yeah. And it was part of time, during the regular season. If he wouldn't have made the playoffs, they would have talked about firing him. I really think he kept his job because he made the playoffs. I really think they were going to consider firing him after his first season. And I don't think Miami does a really good job of giving coaches a little patience, just like my Texans not doing a good job of being patient with coaches. But you see why they kind of fire. I see why they kind of fire him because of the locker room issues and stuff like that. I see why they kind of fire him. But Miami Dolphins, you fired Brian Flores after he had a horrible start throughout the first year, and he fixed it. But you fire him when he's on a winning season. You about to fire Mike McDaniels if he didn't make the playoffs, if they would have lost against the New York Jets. I believe he was going to be fired, but now I think he's going to consider keeping his job because he made the playoff scenario. So they don't do a good job of being patient with coaches and letting them work and giving them another opportunity. But so that's what not saying Tua is a bad quarterback. I think he's a solid. I think he's an okay quarterback. Not saying he's a great quarterback or a very good quarterback or a good quarterback. I think Tua is cool. I think you can win with him, obviously, but do I think you can win a Super Bowl with him? I don't think you can win a Super Bowl with Tua. That's how big of a quarterback, that I judge. That's why I say quarterback is the most important position on the field because quarterback, elevates your teammates' play. And Patrick Mahomes seen that. You see him with a lesser roster. Now, he got Travis Kelce. That's all. That's pretty much it. And a bunch of road players on the team. Everybody else just fitting in, and he's making them better. That's why I think he's the MVP. Even if Jalen Hurts was going to be healthy, I thought he was going to be MVP because I still think the league is going to value that. Patrick Mahomes lost Tyreek Hill, and he's still 14-3. He's still 14-3.
Yeah. And that was looking rough at the beginning of the season. We were like, dang, the Chiefs might be vulnerable.
Yeah.
And then they snapped back and they put the heavy boots on, man, and they did the march all over the AFC again this year. So, man, you just can't count out Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes and what they're doing at all. But yeah, man, I feel bad for Tyreek, but then also, you know, it just is what it is. Just be happy for your guys at this point in time. Sit on the couch, be happy for your guys. Those are your guys at the end of the day that you won a lot of games with.
Yep.
And you know, I'm you know what? I can honestly say though, I give Tyreek Hill his props for putting this quarterback on the pedestal this year and having his back though.
Yeah. That's what you're supposed to do as a player. Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to do. I don't know why people are like, "Oh, he's capping."
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do.
That's what you're supposed to do, bro. And Tua made some excellent throws this year. Let's not like Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle were throwing the ball to themselves, bro. You got to put it in perspective. Like they were the third best duo in the history of of NFL history and production for wide receivers. The third best in the history of the game. Yep. Think about all the crazy duos. Isaac Bruce and Torrey Holt, Randy Moss, and I'm drawing a blank on his name, yo. Randy Moss and number 80. Chris Carter.
You talking about Carter. You talking about Carter?
Yeah, Chris Carter. I mean, you could just keep going down the line of like wide receivers, man, like that are duo. Jimmy Smith and Keenan McCardell. Like it can keep going. They're in an elite bunch of, you know, wide receivers. So you got to call it what it is. Tua had a lot to do with that. So I think if he stays healthy the whole season, they make it to this round. I think they beat the Bills. We said it a little bit.
I think he makes a difference in the Bills game. I think he makes a couple of more throws that Skylar Thompson did not make, but Skylar Thompson, you know, played hard in the game. He played hard in the game. I don't believe he just was ready for that playoff moment. And like I say, when you're like a last pick of the draft, or you like a late round pick, you don't think about you're coming into the game in a playoff scenario. But that's why you always got to stay ready. You always got to stay ready because you never know when an injury can happen. Brock Purdy, just like we say, he's not expected to come in and play in a high scenario. But again, you got players around him that's really good. But not only that, how he's performing. It's the performance that he's having, though. I mean, these numbers that he's putting up, they're not game managing numbers. 300-some yards, he's throwing the ball all over the field. If you're throwing for 300, 330, 400 yards, you're throwing the ball over the field. That's not game managing numbers. Now, Jimmy Garoppolo, those was game managing numbers. Doing just enough to win a game, not turning the ball over. But when you throwing over 300 yards, you call that game managing? Come on, man. That's not game managing. 300 yards, 290, 250. That's not game managing numbers.
No, it's not. You know, people like to overshadow people's things because they don't like them. Like, you know, just call it what it is. Fisher said Tua is made of glass. Sajin said, pains me to say, but my boy Tua needs to retire. I absolutely agree with that. I agree with that 100%. He's just hurting himself more, and I hate to see a guy end his career so short because of some bullcrap, but it's absolutely the right thing to do. Yeah, I mean, the Dolphins have failed him. I think that's what you could chalk this up. The Dolphins organization has failed him after their first concussion was that he had to go through. They have totally failed him, and it just is what it is. But let's head into the next question. But before we do that, shout out to the sponsor of floatposters.com. Download the app, man. The QR code's right there if you're watching from your computer or You watch it from your phone, screenshot it, go to your photos, click on the QR code, should take you right to the app, or type in the float posters on your mobile phone and the Play Store, the Apple Store, or the Apple App Store, and download the free app, man. We're gonna try to get like a percentage off or like a $5 off coupon for you guys that do listen here soon. So when you go there, order you some custom made posters. Reach out to them. They do custom posters as well. Tell them that we sent you, man. We appreciate you guys. But with that being said, the NIL thing, man. So this one drove me freaking banana sandwich, bro. And it just had to be around the Gators, bro. But like, so Jaden Rashada, 5-star recruit from Pittsburgh, one of the top cornerbacks in this next recruiting class, in the 2023 recruiting class. Apparently there was a $13 million NIL deal on the plate for him to come to Florida. And this is one thing that I'm going to side with Florida. And just to get into my question, is the NIL ruining NCAA football? But before you answer, Coach, I just want to kind of get my thoughts out here on this one.
What?
I don't think this is Florida's fault. Whatever that organization was that presented the deal, whatever went through, I don't really care about all of that stuff. I am more worried about that this kid and what had happened didn't give Florida the opportunity to recruit somebody that they can actually bring in. So this kind of left a void for Florida, and it's really unfair to them. And now you're relying on other companies to be able to bring kids in. I hate the fact that kids are not going into school because they want to play for that school, that they were committed to something. They're committed to the money. And now he's visiting Arizona State, who's already had a history of just bull crap. Apparently he's visiting Colorado, but if Coach Prime picks him up, I might lose respect for that. You got to look past a 5-star recruit here. I don't know if it was his family. I don't know if it was him just being a knucklehead. I don't know the whole inner workings, but to me, this is what I didn't want to see happen. There's too many factors here to control people committing to schools, man. And Florida just missed out on the opportunity to grab this kid because of an NIL deal. And now they know that he wasn't truly committed to them. He was committed to the NIL money that he's never probably seen ever in his lifetime. But I just had to get that out there, man. I hate Florida. I'm a Florida State guy. I hate the Gators, but I'm gonna have to side with Florida here in saying that I feel really bad for their program, that they lost a kid because he wanted some money not to play for that school and the school's history and to bring them championships and things. He was more concerned about the $13 million on the table. But Coach, is the NIL ruining NCAA football?
It's kind of ruining a little bit now that you start paying these kids a little bit, from going where they kind of want to go to see where they kind of fit in. I think it's ruining a little bit, but no doubt, I think the kids, deserve to get paid. I think they deserve to get paid for putting all out there on the field, but NRL starting to be a little bit too much where kids can just nitpick of where they're going to go. And the school can just bid for a player, So I think it's starting to get a little bit kind of overwhelmed and a little bit. I understand. I kind of understand. I kind of understand that though. And it's wrong for Florida just to lose a kid like that. You feel kind of bad for them, pretty much. They've been struggling at the quarterback. Been struggling at the quarterback situation for a little bit of a while. And we noticed that for Fishing and Sore, getting Billy Napier, who went to Louisiana, coming from an undefeated Louisiana team, coming over here in the SEC, getting beat down by Oregon State, and now it's kind of pretty frustrating, kind of for Florida. But I think the NRL deals, the money that the kids are paying, is kind of causing the kids to do some kind of look crazy stuff. You're seeing kids getting in trouble all of a sudden. And I think it's kind of getting overwhelming a little bit. I'm not saying stop paying the kids now, because they're out there giving their heart, they're out there giving their all, they're out there playing, they're getting ready to play on Sundays. So I just feel bad for the Florida.
All right, Coach. I'm about to snap, bro. I'm about to snap. So
Go ahead.
when it, I love college football. If I had to put it above NFL for me, but now I hate it that it's ended up like the NFL. Like I heard it once and I heard it again. I didn't come up with this, but people have been saying that the NIL is the new free agency, bro. I hate this. I hate the transfer portal. I hate the NIL. I'm starting to regret it a lot, but I understand why these kids do what they do. But where's the passion that we used to feel back in college football? I'm telling you right now, bro. If I was in high school, there's no way in hell if Florida State came to me right now and said, "We want you to be our quarterback," I'm going to Florida State. You know why? Because I grew up watching the team. It's my favorite school. There's no other team could sway me to go anywhere else. On the other side of that, if I was a kid that didn't get an offer from Florida State but every other school, I want to see what you're going to say to my parents. I want to see what you're going to say to me. Do you care about me as a person? Do you what is my future looking like? Like how can I relate to you in this team that I'm going to? Where is that conversation? Where is that happening now? It's not. It's You're going to come into a great environment. We got a lot of money that's around the town. You know, this person can pay, this person can pay. If I'm gonna, let's be honest here. If I am Jaden Rashada, right now, 5-star recruit, anywhere you go, they're going to pay you.
Yep.
They're going to pay you. So why does the extraordinary amount of money that you're going to get now really factor? Now, what you set yourself up for failure, Jaden, whoever you listen to, whether it's your parents or yourself, what you're going to happen is you're going to go to a situation now as a young man, and you are going to not only put a bad taste in your teammates' mouth by hopping from one school because they didn't apparently give you enough money. Again, I'm speaking as I know the full situation and I don't, but I'm just reading from the articles that I was supposed to get 13 million and they promised me lower, so I'm out. Please release me from my letter of intent. You go to another school. How am I, as your teammate, supposed to believe that you believe in the team? Oh, no, you just here for the money, bro. Right? I'm checking them at the door, bro. If I was a team captain, I'm checking Jaden at the door as a freshman. Look, I'm a junior. I came here to win football games. I care about this program. I care about my teammates. What are you going to do to help us? Because if you just here for this NIL money, we'll make it possible. We'll do everything that we can to make sure that you're not the starting quarterback of this team. I don't care about it. I don't care about that 5-star recruit bull crap you coming in here. All you care about is the money, right? I'm checking them at the door, coach. Like, I hate it because now that this is a thing, I'm not saying that kids shouldn't be paid.
Yep.
I'm not saying that. But this is the type of stuff that we have to deal with now because of this whole money that they're getting. Bryce Young handled it the best way possible. He shut up, did what he had to do, did his little commercials and everything, and still played his ass off. Yep. There was no question that he loved football or anything. When Nick Saban came out and said, damn near Bryce has almost got $1 million in endorsements and NIL money. Had the worst team that Alabama's had in years. He didn't have a 1,000-yard receiver, not a 1,000-yard rusher this year, and balled out. This is absolutely insane to me, bro. Cowboys Corner, I appreciate that, man.
Shout out to my brother, Cowboys Corner over there, respectful friend of mine, Cowboys Corner, man. He's a good dude to collab with. Hope me and him can get it going during the future. But if it's no team really, I would commit to I wouldn't do it for the money. I wouldn't for me as a recruit,
you got to look past that, especially as the quarterback. Your money's going to come. Somebody's going to come to you and say, bam, here you go.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, bro.
I wouldn't do it for the money. I wouldn't do it for the money. Now, if I love Texas and Texas is recruiting me, I'm going to Texas. I'm going to Texas because I love Texas and I want to go do some bigger things, win a national championship. I don't give a damn if I get the money or not. But it's a difference. Like, again, I'm coming out and all of a sudden, nobody can be recruiting me. No offers come. And I get an offer for someone like Jackson State or something like that. I'm going to the first school that offered me because that's the school that actually believe in me and wanted me from the get-go. I'm not letting no Alabama come in and swoop in here. I'll pay you to come here. I'll pay you to come here. I don't want no Florida come in and say, hey, I'll pay you to come here. I'm actually going to go to Jackson State, a team, that wanted me from the get-go, that talked to my parents, and I'm going to lead them to bigger things. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to be in it for the money. I want to be in it to help the program go to national championships, build the program up. But at the end of the day, like I say, I don't know what's going on with Florida. Can't speak too much up on the situation. But Florida's been lacking at the quarterback situation for a little while. And they needed quarterback. They need to fix that situation.
Hey, I'm gonna send a link out. If you do want to come in and chat with us, just make sure your camera's not enabled and just speak with us backstage. We'll get you in. Because Fishing, I wanna see what you got to say, bro. Because you got more inside info. I'm just speaking as if I was in high school still and Florida State didn't offer me, which school am I going to? But you're absolutely correct, Coach. The first team that offers you, your letter to come there and commit is a team that wanted you, right? Regardless if it was Rice, regardless if it was West Virginia, regardless if it was the school that you didn't want to see. I'm just saying, as a Texas fan, regardless of how late that thing coming, you going, bro.
Yep.
Regardless of how late that Florida State letter coming, I'm going, bro. That's just the team I rooted for. That's the team I wanted to be in garnet gold with that arrow on the side of my, with that spear on the side of my helmet since I was a little boy. There was nothing that was going to change that. But if I didn't so happen to get that information or to get that deal, I was going to make it everywhere possible that it made sense for me to go to that school, not only beyond the financial. I'm trying to win championships. I want to relate more to the coach and my teammates, and I want them to know that I was there to win football games. I wanted to make not only my family proud, because the name on the back, I hate the people that say the name on the front is all that matters. I don't care about the name on the back. That's bullcrap. People want to make the name on the front and the back as important as both, as one or the other. Like, let's just call it what it is. Your lineage is your last name. Wearing that last name on the back of your jersey is something that you need to be proud of every single time. Because not only, let's say that you come from an unfortunate family or a misfortune family. This is your time to create generational wealth for you to start over and to carry that name with pride and to completely start over. But, that name in the front is more important than the name on the back. Bullcrap. I hate that sentiment, especially in college sports, bro, because
like I said,
goes deeper.
I'm actually, like I said, I know, like, even if Texas, would have gave me an offer and Jackson State offered me first and I get late offers, now all of a sudden a team wants me, I'm still going to take that offer and go to Jackson State because that's the first team. I love Texas, but Jackson State is the first team that wanted me. Actually, they actually wanted me and recruited me first.
And that's what's cool. And that's what's cool about your line of thinking. It's totally different than mine. And I'm not saying that that's wrong, but I get it. It. It's like, you're like, I don't care. I'm a Texas guy through and through and through. I'm the Longhorns fan. I'll root for him even when I'm in Jackson State. But if Jackson State was the first one to reach out to me, why would I not listen?
Yeah, and any offer comes late, I'm going to take that offer and go to Jackson State because Jackson State is the only team that actually gave me an offer first and believed in me. And like I say, the other teams all of a sudden want to come in late and offer me. So I'm going to take the Jackson State and go there to try to help them, trying to help them to bigger things and stuff like that. Like we were saying. So at the end of the day, now you got this free agency and stuff in there, making it like NFL. Now the kids getting paid to go, where they feel free, where they're free. Now you got coaches and stuff gonna bid for these kids. Hey, I want you to come here. I want you to come here. I want you to come here and there. And like I said again, I just kind of sometimes you wish it can be just like the old college football, but at the end of the day, it is what it is.
Yep. So we got Fish in here. Fisher, what's up, man?
What's up, man? How y'all doing?
Good, bro. Well, so what's your take on this, bro?
Brother, NIL, look, it's not ruining college football, but it's affecting college football as we know it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I don't think it's, I agree with you. I don't think it's ruining it. I think it's, I think with me, it's ruining what college used to be about. If that makes sense. Like, the reason why I like to watch the games on Saturdays because I know those kids are going to go out every freaking down and make it count. Unlike the NFL, that is like, this is obviously a paycheck for me this game, so I might half-ass it. I know these kids weren't going to because they were working to get to that next level. I think that's where it ruins it for me. But I get it. I want all these kids to get paid.
yeah, no, and I mean, you see like smaller schools or schools that don't do too well, and I hate to throw you under the bus, coach, but schools like Texas, I mean, they were 6-6 last year, I think.
Nah, you good.
You
good. You know more
this year, and then they get the number one recruiting class. Like it's like, bro, like this is not just recruiting anymore. Like elite recruiters back in the day, and I say back in the day as in like 2-3 years ago, because that was actual like legit recruiting. But these days, it's not that anymore. I mean, it's whoever has the collectives put together and everything like that. I mean, they get the players. It just is what it is.
Yeah. So, what's your you got some inside information on what happened with Jaden?
So yeah, I mean, so the 13 million has been thrown around. I don't know if that's true, but that it's what it seemed to be true. First off, that's the number I always see. Yeah, that 13 million is way too much. I mean, we see Nico Lama, whatever his name is, at Tennessee. He gets 18 million or 8 million, and he's a 5-star, right? So 13 million for Jaden is a little bit ridiculous. But the funny thing is actually about this whole scenario is that Jaden Rashada's at this point, I mean, he can't early enroll. So now he's sitting there looking at West Coast teams. He's looking at, Arizona State, Washington, teams like that, because, and I mean, he's going to make half of what he would have made at Florida. Like, I don't know what the problem was. It was bad blood from the beginning of where the NIL deal kind of flopped. I mean, it was bad blood from there on out. I mean, he didn't belong at Florida, just from that point, just because of how bad it was. But it's going to turn out to where he's going to make less money, like a lot less money, and he's going to be at a worse team. I mean, that's what's going to happen.
Man, you just it's a sticky situation for sure on all facets. Hey, it's in the chat, Manny. Just make sure you have your camera turned off, bro. It's in the chat. There you go. What up, Manny?
What's up, y'all?
So we're on this topic of, is the NIL ruining NCAA football with the whole Jaden Rashada situation? From your point of view, since you're still in high school, so my question to you is, if a school came to you, what matters to you as a high school student athlete?
For me personally, I mean, obviously Rashada wanted the bag, and that's more intriguing for some players, especially like when you're in high school and you're about to like make it to the pros or something. But honestly, I'd just say, playing the sport and doing what you do like every single day. I mean, you signed up for it. I feel like that's more appetizing than just a bunch of money. Like, yeah, it's cool to have money. I mean, who wouldn't want money? I mean, you're financially stable and whatnot, but I feel like this whole NIL deal is just like, kind of it's like a pivot for every college player that comes in, to the NCAA. It's like everyone wants to do it. And I don't think that's the like the way. But like it should just be, like you signed up for the sport and you should do what you love and not just care about a bag. I mean, if you cared about a bag
Well,
so much, go somewhere else.
but the only thing is that is the way now.
Yeah, there's no getting around it.
That
This
is
is
the
this
way
is
now.
reality now.
Yeah.
That's the way.
But like I said, if you were playing high school, let's say you were a 4-star recruit or a 5-star recruit like Rashada. Not everybody gets a 5-star. That's like top of the top, cream of the crop, right?
Yeah.
I'm saying for you, for a school to come in and get you to get and come to their school, what would it take? Outside of the NIL, what would it take?
That's honestly a tough question.
This is
not, though.
this is
It's
reality.
not. It's
Yeah.
not. It's not a tough question at all.
Feel like it has to be like what they have around them. And it also depends on the position I play. Like if it's quarterback, I need to see what I have to work with. Like let's say if I'm a quarterback and I go to a team like I'm trying to think of a bad school with just bad receivers.
Auburn.
I mean, yeah, us. If I'm not, I'd rather not want to go there. Like, I'm an Auburn fan, through and through. But like, we don't have good receivers. Like, I would not want to go there if I was a quarterback. Now, if I was a quarterback, I would want to go to a situation like Ohio State, like really good receivers, a O line that's gonna protect me. I get the coach might be inconsistent, but still, his name is gonna buzz throughout the college football waiver wire and stuff like that. But I don't know, man. I feel like you would have to go to somewhere that's appetizing in terms of like the talent.
But that's you, right? So
Yeah.
a coach coming into your living room talking to you and your mom. I'm the quarterback. I'm a 5-star recruit. What do you have around you that I can work with? So
Yes.
what matters to you ultimately is having talent around you where you guys can win games.
Yes.
Okay. Fish, and I ask the same question to you. 5-star recruit, whatever position that you want to be, what's important to you for you to go to a school outside of NIL?
If I'm a prospect, I mean, it's the best fit, right? I mean, that's really the main thing. I mean, these people are, these kids are choosing schools on money and all that kind of thing, and big programs and that type of stuff. I mean, it's really the best fit. Like, you don't choose a program that's going to get you to the NFL just for no reason, right? I mean, that's what they do it for. Like, that's really the main goal. So it's not like it's not money. It's not who I like. The coaching staff is the best. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're a competitor, I mean, you're trying to literally commit to the school that's going to take you to the next level. So, yeah, I mean, that's how I feel about it. I mean, of course, that's not the case these days, but yeah.
All right, coach. 5-star recruit. Coaches in your living room from X school. What would it take for you to choose their school?
Basically like the culture, the leadership, and the players that they got around me. Basically the players that they got around. So it's not gonna take much. Like I say again, I'm not in it for the money. I'm just in it to come in and win. That's for anything I want to do. For me, anything, any sport I play, anything I want to win. I want to go there and win and try to get the team on the map. So it's just also the surroundings, the players that's gonna be around, and the coaching staff So that's what gonna get me sold.
So it's interesting hearing it from Manny's perspective because like you're not quite 17 or 18 yet. You're getting there.
He's a youngin'. Yeah. He's a youngin'.
But at your age, 15, 16, They're gonna start recruiting right now if you're good. That's just
Yeah.
how that's just how colleges
Really
do.
good at any sport
Mhm.
right now, I'd get any offer I want right now. Like,
So what they're gonna do?
Well, yeah, but not if you had 30 though. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
If you're a projected 5th round or 5-star recruit based off of talent, whatever, it's really up in the air what the criteria is. But when you start getting in the media guide, let's say that you was a freshman starting for your high school team, you're gonna have eyeballs on you, and especially if you do well, you're gonna have eyeballs on you immediately. Those coaches, assistant coaches, gonna come out of nowhere. They're gonna sit in that living room and be like, all right, Manny, this is what you got to do over the next 2 years or the next 3 years of your high school career. First thing that they're going to say, hit the weight room. Straight up. Hit the weight room, get strong. I'm just saying, that's what they're going to say to every kid. Ain't no kid coming in at their freshman year like, we're going to need you to beef up. Get serious about your nutrition. Yeah. Whatever you got to do, you let us know how we can help you. Second thing they're going to tell you, get in your playbook. Go to as many camps as you can. Learn from everybody else outside of your school. You're going to thrive being around different people. Mm-hmm. The third thing they're going to say, be consistent. And then the fourth thing that they're going to say is, me coming here, why is this important to you? Because they're going to want to know who you are as a person early on. All that stuff matters to the coach as much as the coach matters to you. It's a two-way street. So I think for a younger guy saying, oh, what weapons I got or what weapons y'all going to have, by the time you're like a senior, the coach is going to be checked out. He's going to be like, I'm out.
Well, and Dante, I completely agree with that. I mean, that's like the recruiting style from like years ago, like I said, like 2 or 3 years. But these days, I got this NIL deal here for you. If you come here, I'll give you this. It's not, how is your competitive style? How do you do over time? Like, are you consistent? That's the problem here. Because I love what you're saying, and it's completely true as far as recruiting, but that's like, it seems like it's getting outdated, if that makes any sense.
Absolutely. I mean, they just don't.
They don't care anymore.
They don't care anymore. I mean, it literally has flipped the old school coaches on their heads on how they have to approach. And it's either you adapt or you get out. That's why it's so difficult for Nick Saban to talk about it. I know Nick Saban got himself in a little bit of hot water earlier this year talking about this whole thing. But he was absolutely right. Mm-hmm. What am I supposed to do? These kids don't want to come here and play football anymore. They want to come here, make their money, and play football at the same time. Why do you think he don't want to dig in the transfer portal? Or Georgia, for that matter? Because they already know what those kids going to want to transfer for.
And they recruit at the top level.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't need to.
Yeah, exactly. They don't need to. But if they did want to go in the transfer portal and fill a void, if they need to,
they'd be like, "Oh my God, I need help."
Yep,
that's what they be saying.
They making a phone call to the local car dealership down there that's making bank. Hey, Maserati dealership, what y'all got? Got this new 4-star kid at quarterback that's balling out. He wants to transfer to the school. We need to fill in for Bryce Young. Oh, we got you. $3 million. Got the check for him right here. Put him on a payment plan. We'll pay him $500K a month. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got this. That's how you got to think now. And it's absolutely crazy. And you know it's not fair to people like you, Manny, that are in high school right now. It's a shame that you have to worry about that type of stuff. It's an absolute travesty that you have to worry about that stuff.
It definitely is, yeah.
Because you're already kids that grew up like I did, kids that grew up with not that much money around. Unfortunately, that's what you're going to gravitate to anyways, is the money. Oh, I remember when I was younger, bro. When I first got a $50 bill, I was like, oh, we balling out of control.
Like Santa Claus, didn't it?
Bro, balling out of control. I ain't never seen no big face bills like this.
Yeah.
It's different, bro. It really is. And what do you think all them underprivileged kids that grew up in the hood, that their family dirt poor, that is just the first thing on their mind now. And it's unfortunate because all the work that they had to do to get to where they got goes straight out the window when they get to college, or unfortunately for some of them. All those kids that we were talking about were absolute dogs and stuff like that. You slap a $13 million check in front of them and they can get their whole family out of debt. Man, you tell me I don't got to try as hard as I used to?
Yeah. Well, no, and this puts a damper on all of the underrated high school players too. I mean, if you don't have a star ranking by your name that matters, I mean, you're overlooked. Even if you can get better over time. I mean, we've seen this happen many a times. Jordan Davis, 2-star, 3-star. Kyle Trask, 2-star. I mean, like we see this.
Josh Allen, no star.
Yeah, Josh Allen, doo-doo, Wyoming. Yeah, I mean, like you're pretty much Xing out just by the star rating type of thing. I mean, you're Xing out a lot of portion of the players that could actually be some in the NFL just because you're not giving them a chance in college.
Yeah.
Just because of the star ranking. And that's that. I mean, it goes back to NIL. Like, you're not giving anybody a chance unless they have a star ranking.
Yep. It's wild, man, but this is the life that we live in.
Life we live in.
So for a kid like you, Manny, and I don't like calling you a kid, but like
Manny's a 5-star. First off,
Manny, five star.
Play is a 5-star. Play is a 5-star.
But
big fact.
But for kids in high school, it's unfortunate that they have to worry about stuff like that because you're automatically, and I know you're saying that right now about the teammate thing, and that's back in the day. If a coach was to hear that, let's just say if I was the coach sitting in your living room, like, what I got to work with, I'd be like, you little motherfucker, I'm done. I'm walking out. Because it's like, what about me as a coach? That's why I'm here. I'm generally going to care about you, and I'm not going to overpromise things that I know are not going to happen. We're going to develop you. We're going to get you somewhere. And you worry about who your wide receivers are, these dudes might declare for the draft next year. So what's going to happen when those other teammates step up? You got to work with what you got. Ain't nothing guaranteed. And I think that's one thing that high school athletes need to realize is, like, regardless of what team you have, yes, Georgia could win a national championship this year, but they're not going to have a lot of people that go to the NFL this year going into the next season. Yep. They're still going to be good, but nothing's guaranteed. Alabama could have a resurgence, and you just been promised, yep, we're going to win another national championship. And Georgia could end up third in the division this year. That's a reality of it. There is no guarantees.
I mean, there's people transferring from Georgia right now.
Mm-hmm.
Players that have experience.
What was that tight end? That 5-star tight end that just transferred out?
Arik Gilbert. He's going to Nebraska, bro. Look, Nebraska's loaded. Matt Rule's about to run some shit. I'm just telling you right now.
Yeah. So that's all the stuff you got to think about, man. It's going to be interesting. I think when we get to the Senior Bowl fishing, especially, that should be one of the questions that we ask. Just like, outside of you going to the NFL, we're interested to hear how it was in high school when you were recruited. What were the coaches saying? With all the NIL stuff going on, I want to know cerebrally, where were you at before the NIL hit, before you started declaring that you wanted to come to the draft? How was that? Like, how was Kirby Smart in your living room? I would love to hear that from players. And I think,
especially if they'll be honest. If they'll be honest, I mean, I'm all for it.
Bro, if we hit I'm telling you, bro, if we hit somebody with that question, how would they respond? First of all,
they'd be like, "Oh, well, he was good in the living room. He loved my family. He showed love to me and my family. I just thought it was a good idea." Yeah, that's probably what it'd be.
Yeah,
but one person be real about it though. That's what I'm looking forward to.
We're gonna strike gold
on the real. Like that's the type of reaction I'm looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Don't they have those those people that help with the scouting, like in terms of like getting character and stuff? Those like scouts that help out with how players act in terms of character.
You talking about like
The
a
character
PR
scouts?
person?
Yeah, those character scouts. Like, I don't know why it takes me like that long to reference one thing, but yeah, I feel like when they get to the NFL, they'll just like pinpoint whether they feel good about playing in the league and they feel confident about what they want to do, and it's not just for a big fat check of money. Like,
Well, brother, that's why the NFL Combine exists. I know a lot of people think it just doesn't matter, but they give interviews and all this type of stuff. I mean, they do the
Yep.
workouts and everything, but they do this stuff for a reason. Like they're
mhm.
judging the player's character, like of course their physical attributes, but they're judging their character and everything too. Like they're examining everything.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And some
I
of
mean,
them, some of them go back to actually to their colleges and ask them different questions.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
ask them
dude. They
different
call
questions and
coaches
stuff.
all
Yeah,
on a
yeah,
hotline.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He talked to him and actually communicate with him, say how the player is. Did he have any kind of trouble growing up, any type of background? So they very well have insight, and they will call up. And then you got this little Wonderlic test and stuff that you got to go through.
Yeah.
That's a process, man. That's a process. That's testing like your mental toughness and like again, like Fishing said, that's important. That's important.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
yeah, all that stuff really comes down to I like when I can tell you I should bring my wife in here to have her like just tell you how it was in college for her when she was going through her recruiting process. And I don't know what star ranking she was as far as like field hockey, but like she multiple time All-American, could have tried out for the USA team. Like she was that damn good of a goalie. But I wanted, I need to sit down and just ask her like, how was the recruiting process with like coaches? Like, what did one coach had to say to swing you to come to Syracuse? But like you said, Fishing, if we asked that question at the Senior Bowl, I think a lot of players would be shocked. Like, why are we going all the way back to high school? But that's interesting to know because all we got to say is like, when did you get recruited? You got recruited before the whole, because most of these kids did. You got, well, yeah, they all did because they're seniors. Mm-hmm. You got recruited before this NIL thing really started popping off. What was the conversation like when that coach came and sat with you versus how you think coaches are now approaching the kids now? And then I would follow up a question and say, how are the NIL kids? How are they act when they're on the team? Their first
That's
year?
actually a good question. I actually can't wait to ask them. How do you think that the NIL has affected other people, and not including you?
Yeah.
But how has it affected other people? Do you think?
Oh,
but that way you don't have to lie on yourself, but you can talk. You can talk a little bit. You can talk the talk.
Man, they had the Senior Bowl. They don't care about school no more, bro. They are out.
Bro,
they were like,
they're like, bro, their NFL draft.
I unenrolled. I'm out, bro.
So yeah.
I graduated the previous year. I'm a 3-year college student, bro. Got my associates already, bro. What you mean? But yeah, I think this is an important conversation to have, and like you said, Fishing, if we ask this question to one of them and they're just completely honest, if they're just completely honest about that, that's going to be wild, bro.
I hope that they are. I mean, it's such a deep conversation, which is why we can't even get into it. I mean, we could have a 2-hour show, not even really get into all the nitty gritty of it, because it's just so deep. I mean, all the scenarios and everything. But yeah, man. I mean, I that's what I really want. Is really just transparency, like honesty through all of it. Like we're talking about, if we ask somebody about it and they tell the truth, like, holy shit, like it's a big deal. Like, cause I mean, you have lawyers and all this type of stuff in the mix. So it's like, nobody can talk about it.
Well, here's the thing,
which is unfortunate.
How many of you here just say yes or no were taught about anything financial literacy in high school?
Negative.
Yep.
You were, Coach? Or no?
Nope.
Negative. Nobody.
Manny, are you being taught anything about financial literacy?
You could ask it over all 50 states in America. It's a negative.
I think so. Last year when I was in business.
Economy doesn't count when you're learning about
Yeah, in business
George
tech
Bush.
last
It doesn't
year,
count.
I think I did.
So why the hell are high school students talking about NIL deals?
I don't know.
I didn't know how to write a check, bro.
Bro, I learned how to write a check when I was like 21, 22.
I mean, I'm talking about in high school, bro. Ain't
That's what I'm
nobody
saying.
knew how to write no damn check in high
Hell
school.
no.
I think we were actually taught how to write a check, but by the time that I actually got my first checkbook and I had to write something, bro, I was like, "Hey, yo, what do I put here?"
It was like, yo, I'm gonna teach you how to write a check and cash a check. All right. And then like 3 months later, you get your first check. It's like, oh shit, how do I cash this check?
Man,
Like it doesn't translate, it seems like. But anyway, I mean, yeah.
yeah, man. I mean, this is an important topic to talk about because I haven't really seen another podcast like get into it like this deep. But on the other side of that, if somebody's able to spill the beans during the Senior Bowl right there and then, if somebody's like, wait, hold up, bro. We got to have a more in-depth conversation about this. Hold on. Let me see if I got some time to sit down with y'all for 5 minutes to go through this. If they were willing to sit down and talk to us about that, bro, it is going to strike gold. It is. Because nobody else is going to ask that question. I almost guarantee nobody's going to ask that question.
I know, but the thing is, these players are like military trained not to talk about this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like they're trained not to say anything about this stuff.
Yeah,
Which is unfortunate for us. But like,
I'm not saying to get inside of their NIL deal. I'm just saying like
just speak about the global part of it. Yeah,
I just want you to say what was your experience versus how do you think the experience with the new kids are coming in?
No,
and how do those kids act?
It's like Pat Narduzzi was talking about people tampering with what's his name in North Carolina?
Drake May.
Yeah, Drake May, but he wouldn't say who it was. It's like, yo, stop being a sissy. Come out and say it. Come out and say it, bro.
Straight up.
Somebody was tampering here. Oh, who was it? Well, I'm not saying any names. No, come on out and say it, bro. I mean, like, look, this is toxic of college football. Like, you can help fix it. No, I don't want to piss any other coaches that I know off. Like, I'm not going to say anything.
Hey, Fishing, who was tampering? Who was tampering with him? You know who was tampering with him?
I can name you a few that I know are tampering as of right now.
Who's tampering with him, Fishing?
Lincoln Riley. Ryan Day was tampering with Drake May. Lincoln Riley was tampering with Marvin Harrison. Those are both facts.
Yep.
Florida has tampered with a few people. I think actually. Look, everybody's doing it.
Yeah.
Everybody's doing it. It's highly illegal, and everybody's doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like
it's just a fact.
It's like you gonna get on my man Jim Harbaugh for buying somebody a cheeseburger.
Okay,
he said buy somebody a cheeseburger.
Hold on. This is what triggered me earlier. We're sitting here talking about tampering and shit, and the NCAA doesn't do anything about it. But we're sitting here getting mad about Jim Harbaugh not buying, or he's buying players burgers, recruits burgers. The story is that Jim Harbaugh told the NCAA that he didn't buy him burgers, which he did buy him burgers. That's a fact, but he told him he didn't. So they caught him lying. So since he lied, they're salty, and now they're pursuing it. It's like, do you not see what's going on around here? It's
over some cheeseburgers. I mean,
it's ridiculous. Like, he lied about buying him cheeseburgers, but I mean, Mario Cristobal can sit here and buy recruits. Jimbo Fisher can sit here and buy recruits, and you just turn a blind eye. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous, bro.
That's crazy. They weren't about a cheeseburger.
And they were about a cheeseburger because he lied. Oh, I'm offended. You lied to me. You didn't tell me the truth. Oh, did you ask Jimbo what he did with his recruiting class?
Hey. Here's the other thing. Here's the other thing that drives me nuts. All right, so Jim Harbaugh gets caught up for buying cheeseburgers, and they say that's collusion. Yeah,
it's
right.
He lied, though.
Yeah,
he shouldn't have lied. If he said he bought him cheeseburgers, maybe they wouldn't have bothered him. I don't know.
Woulda, shoulda, coulda. He can't skate backwards now at this point, bro. He's ice skating uphill. But here's the other side of it. So we're not just going to pursue Herman Edwards for bringing students in during COVID protocol when he wasn't supposed to,
bro.
We just-
or Tennessee for handing out McDonald's bags. We're not going to look into that.
Nah.
You know about that, right?
Yep.
I mean, cash in McDonald's bags. We're just going to turn a blind eye. Yeah, he bought hamburgers though.
Or Odell Beckham Jr.
Man, the
giving out money
NCAA
during the
is
national championship
an
game.
Absolute joke. The NCAA is an absolute joke.
So
I'm just so tired of it.
and it's also the NCAA didn't get on Odell Beckham Jr. and jump on LSU when he was giving out money during the national championship.
Well, they acted. No, they acted like they were going to get into it, but they didn't do nothing. They acted like it though.
Ex-alumni for LSU giving out money. Like, no.
God, we're going to launch an investigation. And then it came on the basketball program, and then they actually found things. I forget what they found, but they actually found stuff.
Yep.
But they didn't even do anything with it. They just let it go, basically. Because they had lawsuits on the basketball program, too.
Of course, man.
Hey, man. Shout out to everybody, man. This has been this last topic has been an enlightening conversation. We've been going over 2 hours and 20 minutes at this point. Me and Coach is always rocking it out, but I knew the NIL thing. I knew when Fishing jumped on here we was gonna get real. Well, we was gonna get real deep about it, but I just think, at this point in time, we're in a situation that we can't go backwards now, and best believe that there's going to be stuff that happens that people are not going to be a fan of here in the future once they start putting little rules around everything. And the NCAA is, I call the NCAA like the secondary government, bro, because you already know what's going to happen. Oh, so you're paying these players? All right. So everybody that pays a player is going to have to show it on their taxes that they actually paid a player, and it's not a donation or anything. And we're going to have to document every player that gets an NIL deal just in case there's any funny business going on. Like, bro, this is getting way too deep, bro. This is getting way too deep. So what's going to happen is that this is the next scandal that's going to happen. I'm about to call it right now. One of these companies is going to get themselves into some hot water when it comes to money laundering or something, and it's going to involve that kid, and it's going to ruin his life. Whether he's going to be indirectly involved, but his name is going to be stained for working with a sideways company, bro. I already see it coming. All right, it's just a matter of time, Coach. You laughing? It's just a matter of time, dog.
Hey man, I'll be laughing when it does come, because I'll be looking at you and saying, "Hey, ECG hit the nail right on the damn head when he said that."
Well, you ain't got nothing to worry about because you got all that damn Texas money. I mean, you ain't. There's no shady business. You got all the money in the world. You ain't got nothing to worry about.
Hey, ain't no state taxes in Texas.
Ain't no state.
Ain't no state. Ain't no taxes here either, Coach. Delaware's a tax-free state.
Fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Fishing, you a tax-free state too. What you mean?
It's for food.
Just for food?
Just for food.
Wow.
Oh, man, that's
whack.
That's why that's why Brock Osweiler got all that goddamn free money, because ain't no state taxes out here in Houston. That's why he got all that damn free money. It's all the money.
Like I said, guys, scan the QR code on your screen, screenshot this, go to the App Store or go to the Google Play Store, download the Float Posters app. Probably the next time we do this, I might have a code for you guys to get like a $5 off of the poster or something like that. Maybe we might do a giveaway.
Yep.
Hey, I'm about it.
Hey.
Yo, that's gonna be Dante's face tomorrow if they beat the Chiefs. He gonna be like,
where the hell you come from?
Bro.
Hey, ECG, you gotta let Trevor Lawrence on a little warning, let him know you're watching him. You gotta let him know you're watching him tomorrow.
I said,
my
sister-in-law got me this jersey, and I'll tell her to take this goddamn thing back. Don't.
You gotta
play with
wear
me
it for the one time, man.
I'll be I
want a Starbucks gift card, bro. Take this back.
my wife would appreciate it. She got so many damn. She was like, I'm gonna stop drinking coffee. I'm like, all them damn Starbucks gift cards we got. You ain't about to waste them joints. You better drink that coffee. We got about 3 Starbucks around us. You better choose one. It better be your home base for the next couple of months.
Facts.
Sajid said, when you guys get to the Senior Bowl, I need y'all to get into investigative journalist mode and get the truth on NIL. Screw y'all free taxes states. We are suffering to buy eggs. Bro, how much are y'all egg? Like a carton of eggs now? I saw it for $5 at Walmart, bro. Tonight.
Oh, really?
Yeah, $6.
Something like that.
Why are people freaking out?
Bro, yeah. It's getting kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, I saw a meme the other day where it was a bunch of chickens in a coop and they had on like Gucci.
They had on Gucci. Man, Gucci eggs.
Yeah, they had on
Gucci eggs, motherfucker.
They had on Gucci hats and everything, bro. I said, damn.
Hell no,
I said, people that got chickens, bro. They living a life right now.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all better pop these suckers out, bro. We about to charge people $1 an egg, dog. $7 here in Chicago. God damn.
Nah, I keep my $7 in my pocket.
Hey, there was $5. Hey, how much is y'all milk? First of all, let's go around the horn.
About
how much
$3.80.
is $3.80?
Yeah.
Our milk ain't that high. Our milk is
Per
about
gallon.
like our milk is about like two something, I believe.
I got all of y'all beat, bro. $1.50.
You fucking lying.
I'm not, brother. I am not.
Like, hold up.
In Delaware?
In Delaware, at the Walmart, we go to everywhere else but the Walmart here, it's like 3 something. Even the
Is your
half
neighbor-
gallons or more.
Is your neighbor a farmer?
We got a bunch of farms around here.
Dog. That's crazy. I mean, that's good.
Yeah.
So that means your eggs should be cheap too.
They're $5.
For a dozen?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cheap compared to
Compared to everything else.
yeah.
Probably like $2 to $4.
Wow.
Hey, we getting off topic. We talking about eggs and milk. I'm about to go make me a
Eggs and
bowl of cereal. Hey
How
man,
much
yeah.
does a pound of beef cost you? Nah.
Hey man, everybody stick around. I'm gonna jump off of here for about, I don't know, like 15-20 minutes. I'm gonna get the NCAA stream going. Who's Washington State playing? Who we play next? Arizona? I think it was
Honestly, I don't remember. I think that's who. I'm gonna guess.
I think it's Arizona we play next. So we're gonna spank up on the Wildcats. Dante, you roll your own veggies? What? Huh? You roll your own veggies?
You roll your own
I've never heard
veggies.
someone say.
Ariapki.
Oh, I think he meant to say grow.
He meant to say Manny. Manny be rolling his veggies.
You roll your own veggies. You
Come
grow.
on,
He meant to say grow. Yeah. I think-
Grow, roll. I mean, same shit.
Bro, does it look like I grow my own veggies? Hold up. Let me go in the backyard and go to the greenhouse, bro, and get the green beans and stuff.
You rolling the wrong thing.
Nah, bro. I don't be rolling that either, bro. Y'all got me messed up. Hey, man, I'm too crazy. This is why I don't drink or smoke, bro. Because I'd be absolutely... Y'all already see how crazy I get now, man. Y'all have me on that.
Man, I feel like Dante.
I feel you.
I feel like Dante once in his life had like that one night he just turned.
Nah,
down.
bro,
Like,
I-
feel like you have.
He don't have to be. He's literally he's literally all the time. I mean, it don't matter.
Nah, like
Bro.
I'm saying, like next level turned up because he you feel me?
Yeah, but he literally though.
Pepsi.
Bro, I'm always lit, bro. My life is lit. I don't care what nobody says, bro. I'm the type of I'm the type of dude to take a 4-stroke dirt bike, go to your local McDonald's, take all the trash out the big trash can and put a whole bunch of boxes in there and do a backflip in that joint. Set up a ramp and do a backflip on the dirt bike inside the trash can, bro.
All right, that's a little excessive.
Yeah, you different. You different.
I'm just saying, bro. That's how I am.
excessive.
That's how I live my life. Damn, Dante
how I live
rolling
my
and smoking cilantro.
You know, it's no big deal. It's just how I live my life, bro.
Hey, what does everybody think cilantro tastes like?
Dog.
Tell me it
what
don't
you
taste
mean,
like when you get soap in your mouth, yo.
It tastes like
It tastes like soap.
Mint. It tastes like mint versus no. It tastes like mint and peppermint mix. That's what it tastes like.
Cilantro?
Yeah.
Coriander?
The way you just said that.
I don't know what coriander tastes like.
It's the same thing, basically. But
Interesting.
cilantro tastes like you got soap in your mouth.
No,
yo.
don't say you don't like cilantro. Don't tell me that.
It's good on other stuff, like a good cilantro rice. Bro, fishing. I'm telling you
Right.
right now, bro. I'm telling you right now. When we get to the cribbo, when we get down there, I'm cooking dinner for everybody, bro. We putting steaks on the grill. We're gonna have some cilantro lime rice.
Hey, don't
You
fuck
know,
with me. I'm
Oh,
helping.
lime rice.
Don't play with me.
Oh, what you cooking, bro?
I'm just saying I'll help.
Man, we
I
gonna make
like cooking, bro.
what is that? What is that stuff? What's that steak called? What's that steak called? I almost said pico de gallo. That's not it. What's that? Pico de gallo's the salsa, bro. What's that stuff called?
You talking about a skirt steak?
Yeah, it's like skirt steak, but it's like seasoned.
What's damn? What is
I gotta
it?
call Marcos, bro. Hey,
It's
Marcos.
it's
What is it called, bro? They used to have it at
it's not a
Chipotle not that long
rotel,
ago.
It's
You know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Why can't I think it is? Hold on.
Guajillo steak or something like that.
Yeah, it's something like. Hold on.
Damn, you know what we talk about, Coach?
Well, you said what?
It's like the steak that's got like the seasonings and stuff on. It's like skirt steak, and you slice it up and you put it like on a bed of rice, yo.
No,
Oh.
I don't even eat steak.
Oh, this is
Like
gonna
that.
annoy me if I can't think of it.
It's like guajillo something. Guajillo steak. I know y'all be having the good Mexican places down there in Texas,
my
bro.
head's fucking about to explode.
What's it? Chipotle
No.
steak. It was at Chipotle, bro. They had it not too long ago.
What the Guadalajara or whatever?
Yeah.
No, that ain't
No,
it, though.
that ain't it. Guadalajara, bro.
Wait. Isn't that where Canelo's from? Guadalajara? What the hell?
Yeah, bro. He done messed
Roasted
it.
pollo? That's not it, because that's chicken.
No.
It's something like that though.
Mexican steak.
My man
Carne
said
asada.
Carne asada.
Garne
There we go.
asada. Yeah,
That's it.
bro, is it Garne asada?
Not Garnier asada, bro.
And not Garnier, bro.
I know how to say it. But
He be in the shower like, go, Lord, Garnier asada.
Hold up, isn't
Garne
that stuff where you
asada.
eat cow tongue? Don't
What?
they like eat cow tongue and stuff? Like,
No.
Tacos?
No.
Like,
I mean, they do. They do. My brother likes that type of stuff. I
Yeah,
don't
that's
know.
deep country shit though.
no, they do that. They actually do that though.
Not what we eat though.
Not y'all. Them.
Not
You
you
said, not
either.
what we eat, dude.
I don't eat no damn cow tongue. I'll never eat.
I'm about to say that ain't what you eat either. We don't know. Nah,
Hey.
on the border.
Hey, you know what I should make though? Outside of that, if you guys don't like venturing out on food, I'm gonna tell you one food item that you. Hey, Coach, you like a little spicy stuff, right?
A little bit.
Just a little bit, right?
Yep.
All right,
Same.
all right. So check it out. This will put you on your ass, yo. I was telling my wife about this because the Mexican place down the street, they got this in like a stew now. I'm like, yo, we're gonna have to go back there and get a bowl of that. But barilla tacos, bro. You ever had barilla tacos?
Oh, stop it. Stop it.
Or
No,
birria, not barilla. It's birria
No,
tacos.
Birria. It's birria tacos.
Birria tacos, bro. Coach, I'm telling you, go to the local. It's at your local Mexican place, bro. Asking for the birria tacos, bro. It's these little tacos that they have like this nice like pull apart like nice like slow simmer like beef, yo. And they put it like on a bed of like they put the cilantro and stuff on there with the little onions and all that, and they put it in this taco shell that they dipped in like the sauce that was like slow marinating in the meat, and then they put it in a pan, and then they put cheese up in there, and then they give you a little bit of that little sauce that was with the meat. Yo, you dip it in there. Oh my goodness,
Hey,
birria.
All right, look. We still live, right? All right, so
Yeah,
I'm gonna say this real quick. Coach, it's pretty much like it's like pulled pork, like a pulled beef roast, like put into a taco, but they got this beef stock type. I mean, it's beef stock type, like dipping sauce. But oh my god, bro! But they put cheese into
Damien.
the taco. You know what I'm saying with the roast, and it's like pull apart meat, bro, and then
Bro.
it's all roasted and shit, and then you dip it. Oh my god.
Yo, hey Damien,
so
I know
good,
Damien had it, bro. Come on, bro. What's your last name, Hernandez? That boy has some birria tacos, bro. I know you got some birria tacos. Yo. It's straight fire. Yo, me fishing and my boy Marco is gonna have to go on a like. He likes food too, yo. We're gonna have to travel to the United States and just try out like the best restaurants, bro. Did this fool just call a Mexican steak a piece of steak? What the hell?
That's like calling Taco Bell a Mexican spot, man. You know damn well.
Nah, bro. They hit me with this. Me and my wife always get this one dish, the arroz con pollo, bro. Oh, there go Damien right there.
Arroz con pollo. That's the chicken.
What up,
cheese and
yo?
rice, dog.
First of all, yeah.
You had birria tacos before?
Chicken, cheese, and rice.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, man.
Hell yeah.
Cabrón.
Let us know. Let us know the process, bro.
It's basically goat meat. You're basically eating goat.
And the birria tacos?
No, shut up. No.
Yeah.
No.
Nah, bro.
Yeah.
I had it with the beef.
No,
It's goat.
that's false. That's false.
Now, I swear to God, it's goat.
Motherfucker, he's Mexican. He knows.
The burrito tacos? The burrito
It's
tacos
goat.
is goat.
Damien, get your ass up out of here, Damien. I'm joking.
I'm telling you, it's goat meat.
That ain't
Hey,
goat meat. bro.
wait
Fuck
a
outta
second.
here.
Wait a second, Damien. So is that the right way to cook it? Is with goat meat?
It's literally goat meat. I'm telling you.
No,
bro.
no,
Nah,
it's
bro.
not.
The ones that I had, they said slow cooked beef, yo.
No, it's not goat. It's not fucking.
I mean, I'll
Right.
try it.
Who the hell do you know eats goat, or has eaten goat? Who do you know?
My mommy.
I mean, I eat
That's not goat.
not goat, but lamb, yo.
Hey, Slay, you eat a
Hold
goat, won't you?
Hold on.
My mom definitely.
Hold on. I'll literally prove my point. Watch. Hey, Mom, what is birria? It's goat meat, right? Told y'all.
I can't hear nothing.
It's goat meat.
Hey, but I guess where we're from, Damien, like they cook their birria like with like slow roasted beef, yo.
Yeah, it's slow roasted pork. But if they did cook it with lamb, I mean, it would be more fucking delicious. I mean, it'd be even better.
Oh, hell yeah! I'm trying it, bro.
But they
Lamb,
don't do
goat,
that here.
whatever.
I mean, they do beef.
I don't mess around with goat cheese though. Goat cheese is a little bit too rank.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell that is.
I ain't never had a
my
beef
mom
one.
had goat once or the life, so I know that.
Nah.
Yeah, it's beef ones here. You know.
Hey, hey, Damien, turn us onto a dish you like, bro. Turn us onto a dish. What you like eating?
What you mean?
Like, what's your
Something I can
favorite
get
dish,
here,
dog?
bro.
Something that I could get here. If I go to the local Mexican joint, that's like they got the authentic. Tell me what to get.
Oh shit. Shit, they got some good enchiladas over here.
Oh, enchiladas.
Enchiladas? Okay.
Hey, man.
Hey, Damien. Hey, Damien. Have you ever,
Enchiladas anywhere though. You know what I'm saying?
hey, Damien. Have you ever ate a coon? Have you ever ate a coon?
The fuck is that?
A coon, a raccoon, a coon.
You ever had squirrel brains before?
No.
You know how we
Nah, I ain't never ate that
in
shit.
front of my house.
Hey, brother. You never had squirrel brains? You missing out there, buddy.
I ain't had no coon before, bro. Y'all
You need to
crazy.
have some squirrel brains with some mashed taters on the side before you ever know what some good
Yeah,
food is there, boy.
I ain't eating shit that has rays. I'm sorry.
But that's facts. Hey, bro, I tried this. So I had a good friend, bro. She was from the Philippines, and her mom was cooking this thing called balut. Y'all ever heard of that shit?
I don't know what the hell that is.
Nah.
All right, hog head cheese, yo, that's gross, dog. But balut, balut is like it's an egg that still has like the fetus in it.
Oh hell no!
So, but like, bro,
Yeah,
let me tell you,
I heard about it.
it's weird, bro. I couldn't eat the little fetus or whatever. But the little juice that's inside the egg tastes like chicken broth, yo.
I don't know, dog.
Nah, bro.
This shit, boy.
No,
I don't know about that.
I'll pass.
It's weird though. It's weird. Somebody said chitlins, bro. Hell
Well, it's
no.
weird. Some people like chitlins.
Nah,
I mean, I'm not a fan.
Hell, act crazy.
Nah, I would never eat them stinky.
Oh snap! I thought Coach might be a chitlin eater, bro. I mean, I thought he,
no.
I thought he'd be.
I'm picky. I'm very picky. I'm not on. No, I won't.
Yo, coach is like, yo, cheeseburgers, French fries, and hot dogs, bro. I'm good, dog. Y'all wild.
Hey, Damon.
Brains before I fuck with chitlins. You know what I mean?
Yo, Damon, have you ever heard of Dear Chili? Dear Chili?
No,
Okay.
I heard of it, but
I know
ain't
Hayden
never had
has. Yo, Coach. I know Cheesy B definitely has, but
What you say, deer chili?
Yeah.
Dear Chili. It's Dear Chili.
Oh yeah, bro.
Yeah, that's fire.
Boy, Hayden live up and down.
Yo, me and Fish are gonna go hunting one day. We're gonna show y'all how it's done, bro. Give me some
Hey,
venison,
bro,
dog.
I just keep. I take other people's deer meat. I go fish for my own. That's what I do. I don't go hunting.
Yeah, deer chili, venison chili is good.
Deer
I'll tell
chili
you,
is fucking fire.
hey,
man.
I'll tell you what's even better than that, coach. Deer is on one, or like venison is on one level. I'll tell you what's on the next level of that. Whatchamacallit? Why'd I just draw a blank? Elk, yeah.
Venison,
Elk chili, bro. Ooh.
next level, dude.
Yeah, it's
That man
it's off the chain.
the man in the chat said oxtail. I've had ox tongue before, bro.
Ox tongue?
I've had ox tongue. I had ox tongue on a cruise before.
Not an ox.
Yo, you been on a cruise fishing?
I've been on, two of them.
That's what me and my
I went
wife.
to Alaska.
You went to Alaska? Oh damn, my wife's gonna be jealous, yo.
Dog, Alaska is amazing.
Was it?
Have any of y'all had oysters?
I don't mess with
Yeah.
seafood like that.
Yeah.
Oh, they ain't bad.
Making me throw up. I ain't gonna lie.
He said they
Fried oysters is alright, but I don't want to eat boogers. You know what I'm saying?
Imagine, like,
That's what it tastes like. I mean, you can
Yeah,
add
but
a cracker, you could add hot sauce. I don't care what you add to it, but it's like eating a booger.
imagine just eating
Gross
a
to me.
crab. Imagine eating a crab, but you just knew like it was at the bottom of the sea at one point.
I don't mess with crabs, bro. I grew up in Maryland. We supposed to be like the crab state, bro.
You
I
show
was
off
like,
blue crabs.
bro, I don't mess with crabs, dog. I don't mess with seafood like that in general. I mean, I might eat like a fried catfish every once in a while, bro, or like you give me some your fried catfish, maybe some frog legs every once in a while, but that's as far as I go, dog.
I love sushi, bro.
Sushi's my hit, man. Give me some spicy tuna, I'm there. Bro, let me tell you about this sushi roll I had the other day from around the way, dog.
Boy, this man
So-
about to cook.
So check it out, man. They put like cream cheese with the spicy tuna. You know how like they do it, like they chop it up and everything. I don't know. Is
I think that's Damien.
is it Damien?
What?
Let me see.
Gotta be.
I'm gonna mute him real quick. Yeah, that's Damien. But anyways, there was a piece. They put like a piece of cream cheese in with like the tuna, right? And then they put the sushi roll around it, and then they dip that joint in tempura and they fry it, yo. So by the time it gets to you, so it's a little warm, and it's awesome, dog. It's awesome. Yo, coach, done dipped out.
Some people don't like cream
Catch.
cheese with the sushi, but I love it.
Yeah, for sure. Hey man, let me go ahead and end this stream, yo. Coach done dipped out.
We can talk about this in the
We'll
revamp.
talk about it later.
Yeah, we talk about it at the revamp. I'm gonna take a break, man. I'll be back in about 15 minutes. I love y'all, man. Peace out.